YouTube. Happy Sunday, y'all. Get in here, get in here, get in here, get in here. I have so much to talk about today. First things first, my hair is growing and it's so healthy now. It moves and flows and blows. I mean, I don't care what you got. If you got curls, they should flow and you should be able to put your hands through it. If you got an afro, it should flow. No, I don't think an afro should flow, but you should be able to put your hands through it. This is Miss Tanya, your holistic hair and scalp restoration practitioner. Good morning, Queen. What's up, Bishop? Get in here. Get in here. You know, we about to have a party. Because, you know, I be having all kind of important things to talk about. But most importantly, let me get myself together. I just thought that I'd come on here and, you know, kick it with y'all because y'all like to kick it with me. So first things first, thank you, Queen, for liking the live. And thank you, Bishop, for liking the live. Because now I'm learning that I got to tell y'all what to do because y'all don't be doing it on your own. So thank you. So I want to get on here, like I said, invite y'all into my little holistic routine that I do. So I just got up out the bed. Um, I live a hair heaven now because I don't have to wrap my hair no more. And I wake up like this. Back in the day when I was using conditioner and doing moisturization treatments, I'd wake up looking like this. I'd be all crazy and stuck. Hair be like this and like this. And this part right here would be out here like this. But that's not what holistic hair does. Man, you can wake up any kind of way and it's still manageable and beautiful. I ain't gonna lie, I kind of got like white girl hair and I love it. Shoot, I'd rather have white girl hair than nappy, kinky, brittle, crunchy type hair. So let me real quick freshen up for y'all. Because the first thing I do when I wake up is I stretch and then I drink some water. But then I come in here and I take my Silverbird blow dryer because I'm a straight chick, you know. I don't wear nothing else. I don't do no other style. So I've learned how to manage my straight hair. Some of my clients are like, Miss Tanya, how do you keep your hair so straight? Because they be coming in kind of frizzy. And I'm like, I blow dry. And let me go over this because I know how we think. I know exactly how we think because I done did a whole bunch of research. And one thing that I know for a fact is that most clients think they know everything. My God, I just had to tell a client yesterday, like, who told you that? And you shouldn't say that. Like, for instance, I did a consultation with a new client, and some girls, they add so much product to their hair that they don't understand why their hair is so tight and why the shrinkage is so real. So she had been adding conditioner every day because there's some girls out there that are doing that to their hair, which is completely improper practice. As we all see, because it makes your hair tight, crunchy, and brittle. That's not healthy hair. So if a product is making your hair crunchy, brittle, and tight, stop using it. Stop acting like you can't see. So anyway, I use a blow dryer because one of my white girls turned me on to this. Listen, my white girls have taught me more about hair than black people did. My black girls done lied to me, told me stuff was natural when it wasn't. They say that our hair is healthy when it ain't. You know what I'm saying? They say oil, you know, like it's for dandruff when it ain't. You know, black people done straight up confused me. So I love my white. Shout out to my white people because they're the ones that help me clear my confusion. Let me explain. So back in the day, I kicks it with white people, just so y'all know. I went on a trip with one of my homegirls, Melody, straight up white girl. And I think I was a little intrigued because I had never watched a white girl get dressed in the morning. Have y'all ever watched a white girl get dressed in the morning? What's up, Aaron? We don't care. Then get off my live smoking on that and watch your mouth. Don't get smart in my live. I'm not one of these punk YouTubers. You can't come in my live disrupting me or being rude or disruptive. I will remove you. So if you want to remain, calm your fingers down. You know what I'm saying? Because I do see my comments and I will bust you out and I'll make you look and feel a little different for disrupting my life. So unless you're ready for that, keep your fingers in your pocket. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But thank you, Mary. See, some of my followers, y'all know how to calm me down, huh? They be like, uh-oh, Miss Tanya done got triggered. Back to my story. Used to kick it with white girls, you know what I'm saying? And so one year I took a trip with Melody. We went to Vegas for one of the IBS shows, you know what I'm saying? International beauty shows. You feel me? It was in Vegas one year. Because I go to shows. So I'm always at a hair show. Shout out to the hair show organizers. If y'all really want to do something big with your hair show, y'all need to contact me and put Miss Tanya on stage because I can do a blowout on the nappiest, longest hair in 10 minutes or less. I mean, I'll make a cosmetologist feel like she need to go back to beauty school fooling with me. My skills is so cold, you know what I'm saying? Which I don't demonstrate. I only impress these clients, mind you, not y'all. But anyway, stayed the night with Melody because we was in the same hotel room, you know what I'm saying? And we only had one bathroom. So when we woke up, I was able to watch her get dressed. And let me tell you what she did. I thought, does anybody else on here thought all white people wash their hair every day? I did the research, y'all. That's not true. Certain white people wash their hair every day, but that ain't all white people. So my homegirl Melody, she was one of them, right? So we're in the bathroom and we're getting dressed for the day, but because we only have one bathroom, I'm watching her get dressed. So like I said, she woke up because she put hairspray in her hair, and hairspray have your hair stuck like a rooster. You feel me? So her hair was all crazy and stuck when she got up that morning. So I'm in the bathroom just watching her. And I couldn't believe, now mind you, she was using the hotel blow dryers. Y'all know how they suck, right? Everybody knows the blow dryers in the hotel bathrooms suck. But those are the same blow dryers, type of blow dryers we had in our cosmetology kits. They're 1875 watt blow dryers, right? And they ain't got no pick either. But anyway, she was using a round brush because that's what white girls use, you know what I'm saying? But she was using the blow dryer on her dry hair. That part is important because I had never seen nobody use a blow dryer on some dry hair. You feel me? I've only used a blow dryer on wet hair. So I was intrigued, y'all. So I continued watching because y'all know I'm nosy. I'm a real holistic woman. You know what I'm saying? That's another word for holistics is you nosy. And another word for holistics is a researcher because you're always searching for the why. And a lot of people don't like to be asked their why. My mom used to pop me in my mouth for asking why. I never understood that. Like, why is she mad? Because I'm asking why. Just answer the question. And the reason my mom was mad and popping me in my mouth, because she didn't know. And a lot of women of color are afraid to admit that you just don't know something. Because so many women of color think they know everything. That's so toxic to be that way because everybody in the world knows you don't know everything. Even if you grown and you 80 years old, you still can learn a thing or two. You know what I'm saying? So we're in the bathroom and she's smoothing her hair out with the blow dryer. So you know my brain is confused. So I asked my white homie, I said, homie, you don't wash your hair every day? She looked at me like I had farted and she was like, I don't wash my hair every day. So I was like, I thought all white people wash their hair every day. She was like, I don't got time for that, Tanya. And she was a wavy hair chick. Key point. That's new too. I didn't know white people had wavy hair. I thought that was only black people, right? All right, so I'm like, wow. So I'm watching her completely smooth out her hair, okay, with this round brush. So in my head, I'm thinking, my hair gets frizzy, my hair gets poofy, you know what I'm saying? And my black people told me to plug up a flat iron with some heat protectant. You know what I'm saying? Mind you, Melody wasn't using no damn heat protectant and she didn't have no fucking oil in her hair either. So I'm checking out this process. So I said, let me try it. This is another benefit and a beauty that God gave me is I'm not afraid to try nothing. I'm a daredevil. You know what I'm saying? Some girls are scared to try a lot of things. I done been with them before. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I'm like, let me go in the room because I had my blow dryer. I travel. I messes with a pit. I don't mean to cuss, y'all, because it's Sunday. I shouldn't be cussing. I messes with a pit. So I was like, I wonder if it'll work on my hair. So I went, got in my suitcase, got out my silver bird, put my pick on, and this is what I did. Bird? wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. This just made my bangs grow. Y'all want longer hair on site? Use a Silverbird blow dryer and just blow through it. And you're going to stretch your hair out. And look how much longer it looks. And straighter it looks. I'm going to keep going. Watch me work. Ooh, ooh. So many black girls out there plugging up a flat iron. That's how you get heat damage trying to silk press dirty hair. You can't do that. That's just like trying to iron dirty clothes, y'all. This is the safest way to remove frizz and smooth your hair out. Y'all see this working? Woo! Baby. Oh, honey. Oh, honey. Oh, honey. Oh, honey. I done smoothed my whole stuff out. Woo. 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 Y'all see that technique to get around that ear? Woo. Oh yeah, this is nice. Woo. And I didn't plug up no flat iron. And I get a like. Just 5 likes. Y'all be tripping. If I was on y'all's live, I'd be liking y'all's live, especially if you was turning me on to new things that are better than what we doing. I'd be liking my live like crazy. Y'all funny. Okay. But y'all know I don't care. I'm gonna keep talking. Do y'all not see what I just did with a blow dryer? Y'all see what I just did with a blow dryer? White girls is amazing. Amazing. Shout out to my white girls. Amazing. I just did my whole head with a blow dryer. I don't care what y'all say. That's innovation. You know what I'm saying? That's innovative. It's smart. It's safe. It works. It's better than heat damaging my hair, trying to put a flat iron to it. Do we not understand that this is the year for change? But I get it. Some of y'all so afraid to change. Somebody said that to me yesterday. She said, Tanya, she said, I get it. She said, I know why you're so successful. I said, why? Why? She said, because your booty's dry. No, she didn't. She said, because you're not afraid of change. And I said to her for a minute, I said, you know what? You're right. I'm not afraid of change, which is why I'm on the level that I'm on when it comes to doing hair. I'm not afraid to try something and change if I like it. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of women that sit around me day in and day out that is terrified of change, refuse to change, even when they know something ain't working for them and they know that something ain't good for them. So many women stay stuck to things and people that you know ain't good for you. Remember, I was kicking it with Melody, the white homie. Kicking it with black girls was not good for me. Let me tell you why. I done went on a gang of trips with black girls, and they're weird because black girls like to come on trips broke. Who does that? Let me tell you about this one black girl I traveled with. When I travel with my white girls, they come breaded. Each of them got at least $1,000 in their pocket. But let me tell you what happened with this black girl that came out and went on a trip with me. And she should have stayed home because she knew she was broke before we even left Denver, okay? But she came anyway. But we didn't know she was broke. She knew she was broke, but we didn't know she was broke. And at the front of the trip, we had already agreed that we was going to split the rental 4 ways because y'all know Miss Tanya drives a Tahoe. Tahoes ain't cheap, and she didn't have to agree to go in on the Tahoe because I could have handled it by myself, right? So we get on the trip, okay? And like I said, nobody knows that she's broke. And I'm thinking to myself, how did she even come You know what I'm saying? With no money. But I know a lot of black people that do that. You're going to leave your hometown and you going on vacation with no money. I'm going to tell you about a man that I went on vacation with one time and his ass was broke. So I ain't never been on a vacation and a white boy is broke. White boys go on trips breaded, y'all. Y'all got to understand this. If you choose to keep rocking with only black people, you cutting your life so short. So let me tell you, let me explain, let me tell you. So this girl, this black girl, comes on this trip broke. Mind you, we're in New Orleans at the Essence Fest. So it's mad things to do, mad shopping, mad eating out. So we go eat out for the first time, okay? I noticed she was the only one that didn't order a drink. Okay, we all ordering up shots, you know what I'm saying? Because we ain't broke. So we're ordering up shots, you know what I'm saying? We got appetizers coming to the table. But she's sitting over here acting kind of weird because she ain't ordering nothing. But I'm not paying this no attention because who comes on a trip broke? So the last thing I'm thinking is that you done came on this trip broke. Okay. So we go on with the night, and now it's time to pay. Now, mind you, it's four of us, okay? So everything was agreed to be split four ways, right? Right. All right, so we start dividing everything up, trying to pass around the bill so everybody can figure out what their portion of the total is, right? I noticed her and the other girl that brought her was kept talking. They kept having this what I call low key conversation because I can't hear what y'all saying. You know what I'm saying? I'm nosy. So they keep having this little conversation. And now that I've gone through it, I realized that she was telling her, like, I don't have enough money, or can't, do you got me? Who does that? You a grown ass woman asking somebody, do you got me? So I'm not knowing what's being said. I'm just counting my bread, getting out my portion of the meal. So I didn't understand what all that conversation was for, but the other homegirl paid her way. I didn't know this, okay? I'm not knowing all this is going down because I don't know that a grown woman then came on a trip broke. Has anybody done that before or know somebody that decided to go on vacation broke? All right, so the trip goes on. I don't really realize we have a problem till second to the last day. Because, by then, we really done ran through some bread. We done went and rode the ferry. We done got drunk for 3 days in a row. We done ate out at all kind of high-end seafood restaurants. So we done ran through some bread by now. You feel me? So we get to the third day of the vacation trip, and the day before we leave, we're leaving the next morning, early in the morning, okay? So time to go eat again. And this is when this weirdness set in with this young lady, this broke young lady decided to come kick it with me on a trip. It's time to go eat. All of a sudden, she want to stay in the room. Okay, well, why are you staying in the room? I'm holistic, so I'm going to ask why. So I asked her, why are you staying in the room? She still didn't have enough nerve to be honest and just say, because Tanya, I'm broke. I ain't got no money. But she didn't say that. She said, I'm not feeling good. Oh, okay. That makes sense. You know what I'm saying? You should have said, I ain't got no more money. I done ran out of, or I came on this trip with just $50 or something. She did. You know what I'm saying? Man, Victoria, what's up, goddess? All right, so let me cut to the chase. Fast forward. I'm thinking of all of this stuff. Like, she been acting real weird all weekend. Because look, there was one function that when we went and rode the ferry, that was $120 a person because it was free food, free liquor. You know what I'm saying? You got to get on this boat and kick it like you was rich people. I love acting like I'm rich. But she didn't come. But I'm not paying all this any attention because I got, you know what I'm saying? I'm not knowing somebody travels broke. Who does that? Only black people do that. I think. I didn't know no white people do it. All right, so remember, she's acting weird all weekend. And then the night before when we go have dinner, she stays in the room talking about she don't feel good. But then when we come back from dinner, she's down at the bar, in the bar area, turned up, drinking water, right? So I'm like, and I thought to myself, I thought she was sick, you know what I'm saying? But I still ain't really tripping about this broke woman. The next morning comes and it's time for us to go to the airport to drop the car off. Okay. Now, mind you, my dumb butt put everything in my name. So the hotel was in my name, but they gave me their third or their portion before we had even left. So the hotel was paid for. But when we get to the airport, this is when they charge your card when you return the vehicle, right? So we're having this conversation as we're walking into the terminal because I'm kind of collecting the money from everyone else. And she the last one. She way back there walking because she broke and she knows she ain't got her portion, right? But I don't know this yet. But y'all know when you travel, I travel a lot. So once you start traveling, it's a lot to think about. You got to remember like what time is boarding, where's my gate, you know what I'm saying? Which way do I go? What train do I get on? What concourse is this on? You know, if you feel me? All that stuff is going through my head. So I really ain't got time to be tripping on Miss Broke. You feel me? So I'm not realizing she the only one ain't gave me her third because I'm busy, y'all. You know what I'm saying? So it's not till we get into the concourse, because you know, we done dropped the car off, we done finally got through security. Y'all know security is a whole mental job work by itself. You know what I'm saying? Because I be having to wonder, are they gonna see my stuff or not? But anyway, get through all of that. We're finally at the gate. You know what I'm saying? Like, we made it. Time to chill, right? I start, because you know I'm a money chick, so I start balancing out a little bit. And then I'm like, wait, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up. I'm a little short on this rental. So the girl, the home girl that brought the broke girl, I start talking to her like, hey, I'm a third short. So she told on her right away. She was like, she ain't gave you her third. So, you know, I'm not scared of nobody. So I got to go over to this little broke girl and I need to say, have this uncomfortable conversation with her by saying, hey, where's your third? For the Tahoe, you know what I'm saying? For the car you done rode in all weekend. Should have stayed your butt at the hotel for that too, but you did. But anyway, so she then says, Tanya, I don't have it. And you should have seen my face. You don't have it. So I was like, okay, didn't you know? Because we knew before we got on this trip that you was responsible for a third of this, for a fourth of this vehicle. And she was like, I know, but I just don't have it. I'll have to give it to you later. Now, mind you, we're in the airport, so I'm not trying to really fight or nothing. And it's early. It's like 5:30 in the morning, you feel me? So I'm like, okay. So I go sit back over by the homie, and I'm like, she ain't got no money. My homegirl starts laughing because she's like, she ain't had no money the whole weekend. And I'm like, what? She ain't had no money the whole weekend. She was like, yeah, Tanya, remember when we was at dinner? And she was like, we got ready to leave. I was like, yeah, I did see y'all whispering and shit. And she was like, because she was telling me she didn't have enough for dinner. I'm like, so she came on this trip broke? Like for real broke? She was like, yeah, I don't think she had enough money in her paycheck or something. Now let me tell y'all the other. I ain't gonna tell you what I did to her. Let me tell y'all what else happened with the dude that I done traveled, a black dude that I've traveled with that came on the trip broke. So he decides, and I think he invited me because he thought I was gonna pay for everything. Because some people here in Denver, they already know Miss Tanya is breaded and she turns up. She has a good time. She does high end everything. So people like to kick it with me. You feel me? Couldn't believe this. So once again, I'm not knowing I'm kicking it with a broke black man on a trip. Okay, so I don't know this because who travels broke? You know what I'm saying? So we get to the airport and right away he starts acting weird. Y'all know what that means when you feel when somebody confuses you because they acted weird. You know what I'm saying? He want to go inside to check his bag. So I'm thinking to myself, son, that's what I call men when I realize you acting young. Like, son, come here. You can just stay out here. Because mind you, the line inside was super long. We flying on Frontier because this was back in the day. I was a little broke because I would never get on a Frontier flight nowadays. But it's cracking. It's packed on the inside. So I told him, do the the sky cap out here. This is so much faster. He keeps arguing with me, talking about, nah, I'm checking my bag inside. So I remember I was like, all right, whatever. I'm checking mine out here because it's gonna be quicker. So I drop my bag, I go inside. This nigga still walking around with his bag, looking lost. So I remember seeing him and I'm like, hey, what are you doing? And he's like, I'm looking for the cash machine. You should see my face. A cash machine? What you mean, like an ATM? And he was like, nah. They said there's a machine that I can pay cash to check my bag in. So I remember telling him, who told you that? Because sometimes I'm not quick to just think I know it all. I'm thinking I'm within a lesson. Like they got a cash machine that you can check your bag at DIA. And he was like, I gotta find this. So I'm thinking, like, okay, we gotta get to the gate because we didn't get there 2 hours early. So, like, hey, we got like 40 minutes to get to this gate, and you still ain't dropped this bag. So I'm gonna get to the gate and I'm gonna see you later. Because when people get into what I call extreme mental stress, I can't entertain that with you. I'm gonna walk away and let you deal with that, and I'll see you later. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I do know. Let me, I'm tell y'all what he did with his bag once I get through with this story. But he checked the bag. I'll say that he took it to somebody. I'll tell you what happened with his bag later. All right, so we get to Phoenix. Now, mind you, y'all know Miss Tanya likes to roll in a Tahoe. So I got the rental. I didn't have no problems with that. I don't have no problems paying for stuff. So it's like, cool, I'll get the rental. So the rental was in my name. No problems at the counter. They didn't say, oh, I didn't go back like, hey, I don't have enough money for the rental. None of that. I checked in, paid for the rental, because, I'm not waiting until afterwards no more to pay for the rental. Take this out now. You feel me? So we're straight. Okay. His responsibility was to get the hotel room. Okay. So we leave the car rental place and we go straight to the hotel to check in, right? We get to the hotel. And mind you, we there for a wedding. So I know other people that's staying at the hotel. So I'm turned up in the lobby. I'm like, what's up? What's up, y'all? I'm giving dap to the homies. You know what I'm saying? I'm high-fiving the home girls because this was back in my old day. You know what I'm saying? So we having fun. And sometimes like when you talk and you happen to check on your peoples and he's at the counter and you know how that it looks like something ain't right, you know what I'm saying? And it's looking like it ain't right at the counter. So y'all know Miss Tanya's nosy. So I told the homies, I said, hold up a minute, let me go see what's going on over here on this counter because it ain't looking too good. So I go over to the hotel counter and I'm like, what's wrong? He's like, oh no, you don't know. What you mean you don't know? He was like, they saying I don't have a reservation. Did you make one? Let's cut to the chase. Did you make a reservation? He was like, yeah, I did it on the website. Now they trying to say that I ain't got one. No, I'm not. No, he should have just said, Tanya, because I'm broke. But he didn't. Sending me through all this extra stuff. You know what I'm saying? So he says, I need to go to the bank. So I'm thinking to myself, what you need to go to the bank for? Just get out a credit card, pimping. He ain't got one. Which was why he's searching for a cash machine at the airport. Who does that? Who goes on a vacation with no money and no credit card either? Black people. My God. Well, the ones I done fooled with anyway. So, man, I couldn't believe this mess. So we get to the bank. And what's crazy is Black people just refuse to just admit that I'm lying. I don't know. I'm broke. I'm cheating. You know what I'm saying? Black people just refuse to be honest. So we get to this ATM. I'm in the car. I'm doing me because I'm on vacation and I'm kicking it. Got the music up. It's beating. He goes to the ATM. He's on the outside so I can see him. And he goes to the ATM and he playing with the machine. And I remember I thought thinking to myself, like, does he not have no money in the ATM? Because he goes up and I see him push the buttons. Then he pushed some more buttons. Then he pushed some more buttons. So I'm in the car thinking, what is going on? Because now I'm starting to pay attention a little bit. Y'all know when somebody first starts pinching your butt, you start thinking like, what is going on, right? Oh, mind you, he pulling receipts out like a mug every time he pushing the buttons. Out comes a receipt, and you know, Tanya, I'm looking, paying attention, because ain't no money coming out this machine. He only taking receipts, and y'all know what's on the receipt. When it comes out of ATM, it's showing you that you are negative or you got insufficient funds, right? So he done took 3 receipts out the machine, then he takes off to go inside. So I'm not stupid, far from slow. So this is when I got on the phone with my cousin, and I gotta gossip because I'm not believing what I'm seeing. So I'm like, cuz, I'm out here with this man, and I think something's wrong. I was like, because I'm now telling her, like, he came to the airport. Yeah, I'm talking on the phone like this. He came to the airport without a credit card this morning. You know what I'm saying? And like, let me tell y'all what happened to his bag. He went and checked it with his little girlfriend that worked for Frontier at some desk who put his put his luggage on the wrong flight. But we at the bank, because we already went through all that. I forgot to tell you that part. When we got to the airport, when we got to Phoenix, his luggage didn't come to the belt. So we have to do all this extra work going to the customer service people to track the bag. And then we find out it's in a whole nother state. I think his little girlfriend, who clearly saw him with me, which is why he was running around on the inside talking about, I gotta find a cash machine. Nah, nigga, you was trying to be slick because you knew you was looking for her, and you was wanting to get away from me because you knew that that female wasn't gonna help you if she seen you with me. But I didn't know this because men just be cheating left and right. And homegirls, ladies, let me tell you something. You don't even understand. You caught up in their dumbass webs at the time, right? So, all right, I'm on the phone with my cousin, and I'm like, all right, so he came to the airport this morning, didn't have no credit card. And then we check in at the hotel room, and he come telling me that the counter said that he didn't have no reservation. I said, and now we at the ATM, and he ain't took out no money. He done stood here and pushed a whole bunch of buttons and ain't getting nothing out but some receipts. So she was like, uh-oh, that means he ain't got no money in the bank. And I'm like, he bet not. He bet not have come on this trip with me broke. Because, I done already went through it with a female. So I'm just floored that I'm with a man that done pulled this mess. So he finally come out the bank. And you know how we are women. We going to play it off like, oh, let me call you back. Let me call you back. So I get off the phone with my cousin, and he gets in the car, and I'm like, hey, babe, is everything all right? Just like they play the game, we going to play the game too. So I'm playing stupid. Like I don't smell him. Like I'm not on to what's going on. So I'm like, hey, babe, is everything all right? He was like, yeah, yeah. He should have been like, Tanya, I messed up. You know what I'm saying? I spent too much money before this trip, and I forgot that I needed X amount of dollars for this trip. He could have even asked to borrow some money. I'd have loaned it to him, but instead he let his pride stay in the front seat of his life and kept it from me. So, okay, we get back to the hotel room. The homies are still in the lobby, so I'm back to giving the homies dap, you know what I'm saying, and high-fiving the homegirls. And he takes his butt back on over to the counter, but I'm paying attention now. I can't even talk to who I'm talking to for watching him over at the counter, because now I'm tuned in to his broke ass. You feel me? So I told the homies too, let me go over here because I need to hear what's going on. So as I'm walking up, everything is kosher because he's getting the cards, he's signing paperwork. So I'm thinking to myself, okay, because mind you, it wasn't going to be a problem for me to get my own room. I don't travel broke. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking we good now, y'all, for the weekend. So we get on with the festivities because the homies is getting in. We trying to figure out where we going to eat and where the club is, right? I don't think I got a problem on my hands, y'all, till the next morning. Let me tell y'all. So we wake up, and I should have known something was wrong, because what man do you get a room with? Y'all sleeping in the same bed, and he didn't goose me? So I wake up thinking like, did I sleep through it? You know what I'm saying? Because, I used to drink. So I'm thinking, was I that drunk that I don't even remember nothing? So I'm like, that was weird. I think that was the first time I had laid next to a man and he didn't touch me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, this is different, but I'm not scared of different, so I'm not really tripping. Then all of a sudden, 7 a.m., this man jump up out the bed talking about I'm about to go work out. Work out? Okay, that was weird, but I know why now. He decided to jump up and go work out at 7 a.m. in the morning. So I'm like, okay, bye. Because this was the day of the wedding. I got things to do. I need to go get my nails done. I need to go get my eyebrows waxed. You feel me? And I think I needed to go and buy a belt, something. But I'm like, fine. Because sometimes you don't be paying attention to other people's mess. You know what I'm saying? So, okay, what you want to see? You want to see if I'm chunky? I ain't fat like some of these other 50-year-old women out here. I got my body together, got my life together. I drink water. I don't drink alcohol. You know, I'm real different. Back to the story. Don't be distracting me by flirting with me. Um, all right, so I don't think I have a problem on my hands at this point. So I tell him going to the gym because I'm gonna get up and go into my nail shop and do what I gotta do. Because mind you, it's my rental. All right, so I leave. But and mind you, the things that I had to do took me till about 12:30, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Okay. That's after checkout time. Key point. So I'm pulling back up to the hotel room. You know, my energy. My nails is pretty and my brows is on fleek. You feel me? I walk up to the hotel room door and guess what? My hotel key don't work. So, you know, you be tripping. I'm damn near breaking the door, the card, because I'm putting it all type of ways, turning it over. And I'm like, why ain't my key working? So I'm thinking, oh, it must be a hotel glitch. So, you know, I go straight to the counter. I don't need him. I'm going to go straight to the counter because I'm thinking, I just need a new card. You know what I'm saying? I'm in room such and such, such and such, and the card's not working anymore. So I just need a new one, you know. Yeah, 50, born February 3rd, 1975. I drink water. I tell you, I don't drink alcohol. Let me tell y'all, if y'all want to look real old and get gray hairs really fast and get all wrinkly and have red, bubbly eyes, keep drinking alcohol. If you want to look good at 50 and look like you 20 years younger your whole life, you got to drink water. There's a formula to everything. Like, you can't drink alcohol every day and think you're going to look good. You're going to start looking 20 years older real quick. Anyway, all right, so go down to the counter. I'm like, hi, how are you? I just need another card for room such and such. This one ain't working. She was like, ain't nothing wrong with the card. So I was like, what do you, you know, when somebody tells you something opposite of what you think and you start giggling, you're like, what do you mean nothing's wrong with the card? It's not opening the door. Why can't I get in the door? He was like, because that room was only paid for one night. I told him one night. We're here for three. We're not supposed to check out to, I mean, 2 nights. We're not supposed to check out till tomorrow morning. He was like, you know, they be typing, they be, and he was like, no, he only paid for one night. So I'm heated at this point because now things are starting to resonate in my head because I'm like, wait a minute. He didn't have no credit card at the you know, you're starting to tally shit up. You know what I'm saying? He didn't have no credit card at the at the airport. He then didn't have no money. And I'm like, I'm wondering, well, what happened yesterday when we was at here at this counter? So I go back up to the counter and I'm like, so he only got one room? He was like, yeah, his card was not approved for 2 nights. We could only run it for one. And we told him to come back down here before 11 a.m. to pay for the next night. Now we know why his ass jumped up at 7 a.m. talking about he had to go to the gym. Talking about heated. All right. So at this point, I go find him because I'm heated. I'm pissed at this point. So I find him at the pool smoking with the homies. And I do him just like a kid. I go out there and I told him, come here. I did him just like this. Just like I do my kids. Come here. So he's like, what? I did him like this. How many nights you pay for the room? What you mean? Yeah, I didn't stutter, utter, or mutter. I said that very clear and in English. Do I need to really repeat myself? He was like, I don't understand what you're talking about. Let's go. Okay, and that's how niggas do you. They'll act like they're in control. No, when they just need to admit, like Tanya, I ain't got that much money. I came on the trip with minimal money. The old girl came broke. He came with minimal money, not enough for the weekend. We get to the counter, and I'm all ears. I'm at the counter listening. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, who does this? And I'm heated at this point. Attitude, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, all you had to do is just say that you didn't have no money. Like, how do people travel broke? So I find out later on he used a card that didn't even have a balance on it, y'all. Because I didn't look into all of this until later, until after I got back to Denver. But I was so upset and so angry that it messed up our whole aura. I mean, I'm irritated, and then he's mad because he then got busted out. I'm like, how you gonna have an attitude? And you the one that came on the trip broke. You know what I'm saying? You should have just been honest with your scratch, and we wouldn't even be in this negative energy. So because he tried to have an attitude, I'm never gonna kick it with somebody that got an attitude. My kids know that. You better fix your face and your energy around me because I match energy. If you want to be happy, I'm gonna be happy. Just like here on these lives, you want to get to tripping, I'm gonna get to tripping. And that's what some people don't like, because some people think they can dish their stuff out and it's not going to be reciprocated. I will match energy. You want to get to fighting, I want to fight too. You want to take off running, I'm gonna take off running too. I match his energy. You want to have an attitude, it's easy to get petty and nasty. It's hard for me to stay nice and professional. You feel me? So mad I had to shake him. And then it was crazy because, mind you, we there for a wedding, and I shook him in between the wedding and the reception. Because we go to the wedding, mind you, we're arguing the whole day because he mad because he had to pay or ran this hotel onto a card that he didn't even have the balance available for, which was not my fault. You should have just been honest. So he in this funky attitude all day, which I don't like. Like I told you, I don't entertain too many attitudes. So when we get to the wedding, he still got this attitude. So I realized at that point, I don't even want to be with him no more. I don't even want to be here. I don't want to be around him. So I think to myself, yeah, I'm about to go because I got money. So I said to myself, I got my own rental. I do not need to stay here. Since he's tripping about how much that he had to pay for an extra night and then trying to put it on me, I will leave. So we sat through the wedding, and the reception was at the same location. It was at the same hotel. So we're after the wedding, we're all out in the lobby waiting for them to get the reception area together. And this is when I kind of tell him, like, I'm about to, no, because we were leaving the next morning. So we hadn't fallen out yet. And I'm trying to get the morning together because, mind you, this is my rental car. And he was not leaving when I left. He was staying because his flight was later than mine because I had to get back to do hair. So I'm explaining to him that I'm taking the rental. Do you know this broke ass nigga had the audacity to expect me to leave him the rental? No, Tanya, don't do that. Or I don't do that. I don't know what other female you done messed with that was cool with letting a rental in my name stay with somebody else. No, I don't do that. I'm a grown ass woman. He tried to get mad. Like I'm trying to do him wrong. You got all these niggas here with you that can give you a ride to the airport when you leave. And I told him, no, I'm not leaving. I told him you can get your own rental. That's what made him mad because he knew he was broke, and I had suggested that he just get his own rental like I had gotten my own rental. So he got to like getting excited, even stood up. And I remember looking at him like, you need to sit back down because you don't want to fight. Like, are we about to fight? Because I'm with the shits. You know what I'm saying? He trying to talk crazy to me. I remember, because sometimes I get triggered, and once that inner person goes off, there's no return. So my inner person was like, Tanya, let's go. And I'm like, okay. So I told him, I need to go back to the room. And this was so messed up on my part because I kind of acted like him when I should have been just up front and been like, I'm about to leave you. But I didn't feel like getting into it because we already kind of excited. So I told him I need to go back to the room. I forgot something because little did he know I'm done with you. I was so done. So I did just that. I gathered my things, my purse and everything, told Pimpin, I'll be back. Went back to my hotel room. I packed my things and I left. Now, mind you, we was waiting for the reception. So he had to explain to everybody. Of course, this morning I started getting the text messages from all the homies, and they like, Tanya, what happened? Where'd you go? I said, what did he tell you? They was like, he said he didn't know. He said that you was just tripping. You started tripping and you left. He didn't tell you why? They was like, nah, what happened? His ass was broke. And she was like, no way, yes way. He only paid for one. Then I started running it down. He showed up to the airport with no credit card, talking about he needed a cash machine, and then lied to me and went and checked it in with one of his little side chicks that worked for Frontier. Then we get to the hotel, and he had not made a reservation clearly, and then thought that he could pay cash for a hotel. You need a credit card. You know what I'm saying? So I'm telling her, like, oh, you know I don't fool with raggedy. And she was like, Tanya, I had no idea. So I was like, yeah, I'm gone. Shoot, I left last night. I couldn't believe it. So that was 2 times, y'all, in my life that I done fooled with black people that decided to go on a trip broke. Keep your butt at home, y'all. Don't do nobody like that. If you know that you mishandled your money and you don't got enough to kick it on a vacation, keep your butt at home. You can always cancel the flight and get the credit. But don't just go on the trip putting other people in that type of agony. My God, I couldn't believe it. To this day, when I see him, you better not speak to me. We need to hydrate. Everybody go get you at least 32 ounces of artesian water. Watch this deep throat action, because this is how you're supposed to drink water. I know a lot of y'all like to sip it where you. That's not how you drink water. That's like pulling up to the gas station getting $2 worth of gas. When you drink, you're supposed to guzzle. You feel me? You got to have deep throat action. Let me show you. It's easy peasy. I need a like from each and every single last one of you, because you know you ain't never seen a woman drink no water like that. Run this stuff up, y'all. I need you to run it up. I need everybody hitting the like button, because that's how you drink water. You ain't never seen a woman of color drink no water like that, because you've never known a truly hydrated, holistic goddess like myself. Shout out to Miss Victoria, my newest mentee, because I do mentor. I'm a mentor. I'm an educator as well as a hair and scalp restoration practitioner. I just like to get on here, y'all, and act silly because I have a persona on here. But somebody asked me the other day, she was like, Miss Tanya, because she happened to watch one of my lives. And she was like, you're so different on your lives. Yeah, because I'm getting paid. Like, I'm on here acting. This ain't my real aura and personality. You know what I'm saying? Because when they come book with me in the shop, oh, I'm real serious. I walk you in, I escort you up and down the hallway. You know what I'm saying? I call it a corridor. uh, Very serious in my shop. And she was like, oh, I love it. She was like, so you understand how to like play different roles? Yeah, I do it all day, every day. You know what I'm saying? But back to the origin of how I got on to talking about white people and black people, and how amazing my white people have been, because my white girl turned me on to using a blow dryer on dry hair, which is how I keep my hair smooth and keep the frizz up off my hair. It's one of my many alternative solutions that I've created and discovered. Um, Alrighty, so I'm about to get to these comments, because I also want to talk about some of these stylists from behind the chair. Um, More so the Facebook stylists because they are on my nerves. Do y'all follow me on Facebook? Y'all should go over to Facebook. Y'all want some real comedy to read? Go to Facebook, pull it up right now. Search Tanya Does Hair LLC. You'll see my yin yang logo. And go to my trim video. It's got over 100,000 views already. But they talking crazy because I don't chop people's hair off. Does everybody love being shorter and chopping off their growth progress and chopping off their length? What's up, Aaron? Hi, Aaron. I see ya. What's up, Be Right? Let me see, Be Right. Let me see how many. Let me see how many subscribers you got. 6 subscribers? No, you got to be on my level. You got to be in my status quo to rock with me, Be Right. You got to get your stuff up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? You see how many subscribers I got? I just cracked 4,000. I just cracked 4,000 subscribers. Thanks, y'all. I love all 4,000 of ya. Y'all love Miss Tanya. And mind you, I was having a hard time getting more than 1,000 for years. And then all of a sudden, I just kind of started blowing up in December. So in just 4, 5, 6 months, I've become fully monetized. If anybody out there would like to be fully monetized, hire me. I'll mentor you on how to get your subscribers up. I'll then help you to get your monetization up because you know what? YouTube is a little weird, a little misleading because they make you think that all you got to do is get 1,000 subscribers. No, that's not all you got to do. You have to get 1,000 subscribers, and in addition to the 1,000 subscribers, you also have to get your watch hours up. And I think you have to have at least 4,000 hours of watch time, which is hard, I think, for some people to do, but I've done it myself, and I know what type of content is interesting or people are interested in on YouTube. So I can help you because some of you just don't have good content and you're wondering why your numbers are so low, and it's your content. So I am a content creator. I'm not sure if you guys have noticed over on Facebook, but I've got over 12,000 followers. And mind you, those are all organic. You can't buy followers on Facebook. You can buy them on Instagram. But I'm up to 11,000 on Instagram. I'm growing here on YouTube because I'm up to 4,000, over 4,000 here. Oh, that's what's up, Aaron. You family reunion next weekend. Holler. I do real life. I don't do internet. Oh, snap, Be Right. You talking my language. He was like, I don't do this internet stuff. What's up, Rod? That's fantastic and funny. Thank you, Tanya. How can I contact you? Be Right. Talk to me. What you want to contact me for? I got questions for you. You got to first submit to my consultation. Shoot, I run these men just like I run my business. And ladies, y'all need to start doing the same thing. Quit being so nice to these men. Tina Turner gave us the game in the beginning. Her and Rick James said pain before pleasure. But we out here trying to make a man our husband without marrying him, without having no real loyalty or commitment. And we just willing to do anything for a man. We got to stop being so nice. So Be Right. How many baby mamas you got? No, how many kids you got? Let's start there. Then I want to know how many baby mamas you got. Then I want to know, are you cool with your baby mamas? And are you cool with them? You know what I'm saying? Or do y'all be banging and arguing? Because I ain't got time for no trippy ass baby mama. I'm 50 years old. I'm like Medea. I might shoot her. You know what I'm saying? I carry gats and stuff. Sure. Then I need to know what your credit score is because a lot of men out here ain't up on their money at all. Credit score looking like my kids, mind you, Be Right. I got grown kids. I got 2 grown sons. My middle son is 30 now. And my young cub, he's 24, about to be 25 in December. So I need to know your credit score. You know what I'm saying? What job do you work? How much do you make a year? Do you know a man got in his feelings because I asked him how much does he make a year? And the only men that have a problem with that is ones making about 3,000 or less a month. That's not going to work for me. And there's a lot of men that think that's a lot of money per month, but it's not to me. Honestly, that's going to piss me off if you're only making about $3,000 a month because that ain't enough for me. You're going to be broke, especially if you have a job. Because I used to kick it with a man that had a job, and that just got on my nerves. And I'm not saying nothing's wrong with those having a job. I commend you for working. I really do. But I'm going to tell you, like I told my daughter, go get you a better paying job. You could be making so much more than what you're making, but so many people are afraid to change. Don't be afraid to change. Like Aaron, are you going to the same church you've been going to? Move around. You don't have to stay stuck at the same church. You ain't contracted to stay at that church. Go visit another church. Go hop around. Move around. You know what I'm saying? Don't be afraid, y'all, to change. Oh my God, Kay, I love you so. But I'm going to tell you, ladies, quit being so doggone nice to these men. Because what you do is you mess up their mental at the gate. Men are accustomed to doing for us. Men know they're supposed to take care of a woman. But when they run into a woman with a toxic brain, a pineal gland that's decalcified, thinking that she's the man in the relationship, thinking she's supposed to be taking care of the man, thinking she's supposed to be paying the man's bills, thinking she's supposed to be taking the man out to eat, that messes the man's brain up. It makes him get confused and uncomfortable because men know they're supposed to be doing all this stuff. But something about some of us women, we think that we're supposed to do and take care of a man and then wonder why he's not loyal because you done messed his brain up at the gate by acting improperly, not playing your position right. And there's a lot of men. Aaron, do you know how many men out here are dependent on a woman? Think it's cute to not have their own car, to not have their own place. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. And it's way more nowadays than there's ever been in the days. You know what I'm saying? Why you go to the same church? You ain't never going to go to another church? My grandmother switched churches like every 10 years we went to another church. Why you staying at the same church? You don't ever think to go visit another church? You should, Aaron. Don't stay stuck at this. Go visit. Okay, what else you want to know about? Because I love teaching. I got so much to teach about. Sure, I really do. But I was talking earlier about hair, you know what I'm saying? Because that's what I do. And I wanted to talk about the fact that I've decided to change the entire game. And Facebook is mad as hell, y'all. They can't stand me on Facebook. You know why? Because I be showing them how I use a Marcel and not no plug up. They mad because I ain't using these at-home tools. Do y'all know this is an at-home tool? This is not a professional tool. A professional tool is a Marcel iron. But Facebook mad because I'm using a Marcel. Facebook also mad because I trim. I don't chop. I leave holes because my clients are different. We don't want blunt, short bob cuts. That's for 20 and 30-year-old women. We're 50 plus women. You know what I'm saying? We're a little different. We don't wear fake nails anymore. We don't have on lashes. You know, we're very different. Don't get me wrong. I used to wear fake nails. Okay. I used to wear lashes. I used to do all that. A whole face of makeup. You know what I'm saying? I used to put 15 layers of foundation on my face. I've done all of that. But what I'm here to also say is that I've elevated and I have definitely manifested some of the things in my life that I've always wanted to do, which is not wear no makeup, which is have healthy hair without having to do anything. And I don't use no conditioner either. I think I'm the only Black woman in the world. Not in the world, because none of my clients use conditioner either. And I never had hair like this, mind you. Do y'all realize that conditioner is tearing our hair up? And that it's not needed. There's so many people that's been brainwashed to believe that they need conditioner and oil, and you don't. And once you try your hair without it, baby, I promise you, you ain't never gonna go back. And then, oh my God, you're gonna be saving money because y'all know y'all run into the store every weekend to buy some more conditioner because you got to use half the bottle on your hair, which shows it ain't working because your hair feels funny as hell after it dries. That's not a good product, y'all. That clearly shows that it's not doing what you want it to do. And who out there started saying the conditioner is going to soften your hair? Where'd that come from? And who started the lie that there's moisture in conditioner? because it's called a moisturizer. Ain't no moisture in a moisturizer. Black people. No, I can't even say that because there's been some white people too that done told me they think conditioner is gonna make their hair soft. And I'm like, who told? Where'd you get that from? We gotta stop spreading rumors, y'all. Stop saying stuff that you only heard somebody else say. That's called spreading rumors. You gotta start looking stuff up, looking up the definition of things, and start learning. And look, I want everybody to do it right now. Google moisturizer. Do it. Google moisturizer. And I want y'all to type, what does it say? Let's hold expose investigations facts. Indian exposed. Oh, snap, I'm an Indian. I'm Cherokee. I'm mixed. I'm not full-blooded. It's called education. Get it on, Dave. Come on, let's Google the word moisturizer. A lot of people don't like me in my channel because I'm always educating and telling, dropping the truth. You know, Dave, a lot of people don't like the truth nowadays. Most people of the world want to be lied to and misled and bullshitted. They feel comfortable being told a lie, being told something don't make no damn sense. You know what I'm saying? I'm learning that only people my age are interested in the facts and the truth. And there's so many 20 and 30-year-olds, especially over on Facebook, tripping with me about doing hair a different way. They mad because I use my water and not conditioner. I use a Marcel and not a flat iron. I trim, I don't chop. I use True Color, no bleach. You feel me? And I average 10,000 a month. Now, mind you, all these ducks that are quacking at me over on Facebook don't even got 1,000 followers. You know what I'm saying? And steady trying to tell me how to do hair. It's so funny. You really got to have tough skin to be on social media nowadays. And I'm grateful to God that my father and my own mother calls me names. So I have tough skin. You know, I explained that on my live yesterday. My own father and mother calls me names, and my own mother don't like me. So I have to remind certain females of the world, you think I'm bothered because you don't like me? I'm an only child. I don't care. I don't care. My mom don't like me, so I'm not bothered by somebody not liking me. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, Kay. They don't treat me badly. They just be Facebook fronting, you know what I'm saying, with their thumbs. You know what I'm saying? Because I be telling some of them, I will find you. And I have to check some of them because they get so disrespectful. And I have to tell them, I will whoop your ass. I will take my belt out and throw you over my knee and whoop you. Anybody else whooping their kids out there? Because I used to whoop my kids. Do y'all whoop y'all's kids? Well, thank you. That's what's up, y'all. Did you like the live and subscribe? I'm very proud that shoot, I'm up over 4,000 subscribers now. I'm up to like 4,050 subscribers now. And I want to thank y'all. Shoot, hold on. Let me see. Let me get y'all's comments because I hate when I'm on somebody's live and I comment and they don't even respond. So hold on. I'm going to the top, y'all, because I don't want to miss nobody. And one thing about Miss Tanya, dang, y'all. Okay, I can't read all them comments. Can I be moderator? No. Victoria, Google says a lotion or thank you, Victoria. I love you, Victoria. Shout out to Miss Victoria of Bronx, New York. What's up, New York? Miss Victoria just hired me as her mentor and she selected the topic of hydration. And she's very wise because Victoria started out saying, Miss Tanya, I think I want to start being mentored on proper hydration. She said, because I'm smart enough to know that if I just become hydrated, all other things in my life are going to align. I told her, look at you with all that knowledge at the gate. So we've done so much work already. And I do it for very cheap. It's only $100 a month, which is not a lot of money for somebody to provide you with information and education that you do not have yourself, without going to school, without taking a course. You know what I'm saying? So I've inspired her to buy a ppm meter where she's now able to monitor her waters and determine how many ppms is in the water that she's drinking. We have determined that her office water is actually better than her apartment water. And so she's just being mentored by a real leader, a real holistic woman. What you guys are watching me do is I'm taking off my eyeliner residue. Anybody out there, ladies, that wear eyeliner? Girl, do you know soap and tap water ain't getting that off your skin? You got to get some My Water. My Water is a universal solvent that's going to remove all of your eyeliner residue. And I didn't know that that's why my eyes was so darn dark under my eyes. Shout out to the eyeliner chicks that wear black eyeliner. You making your eyelids under your eyes super dark, and that's why you got to wear concealer, because you got all that eyeliner residue on your skin that tap water and soap ain't getting off. That's crazy. But My Water gets it off. Plus, you can clean your whole eye with My Water. Because y'all know you cannot clean your eyes with that soap and tap water combination that you've been using for all these years. You know it's going to burn your eye. So look, you be doing your cleanser like this all around your eye. When you going to ever clean your eyelashes? Do you know how dirty your eyelashes get? Your eyelashes are porous just like the rest of your hairs. But when you doing your cleansing like this and going all around because you using soap, you ain't never cleaning your eyes. Y'all got dirty eyes. Ha! Y'all got dirty eyelashes. Because tap water sure don't clean nothing. You need some My Water in your life. Because My Water, my product is a universal solvent. And I choose to do this. And I start out with at least clean lids before I add on the next eyeliner. So here we go. In today's video, I'm using a really, really old eyeliner pencil that the words have even worn off of to watch me line my lid. What is that? It don't matter. Anything white on your skin, you just rub My Water on and it gets it off. Leaves your skin hydrated, because y'all know what tap water do to your skin, have you all white and tight. And I bet y'all ain't even never took the time to do the research. Y'all see me cleaning my eye? You got to clean your eyelid every so often. Get that duck butter out of there. So many people just take a rag with some nasty ass tap water on it and rubbing it all over your skin. And women wonder why your face is so blotchy. I have so many clients that got reckless skin. And it's like, girl, that's your tap water and soap combination doing that to your skin. But I think women feel, well, what else am I going to do? Girl, you ain't talked to me. Get this My Water in your life. Some people wonder, Miss Tanya, how do you keep your skin so clear? I don't use tap water, soap, and moisturizers. All right, Victoria. Miss Victoria did the research, and she actually looked up the definition of a moisturizer. Did anybody else take the time to self-educate? And Miss Victoria, you're right. It says it's a cream or lotion. It don't say nothing about soft hair. It don't say nothing about it being moisture. It don't say nothing about water. It don't say nothing about giving hair slippage. Where did we get this shit from? Where did we get that conditioner? Number one is for black hair. Let's just start there. Conditioner was made for white people. So was weave. I don't know why so many black people try to do so much stuff that was designed for white people, but then they try to act like they don't like white people, but yet you trying to do everything that was designed for them. That's why I use My Water Beauty Solution and not conditioner, because I'm smart enough to know that I service majority of black people. So why am I going to use a white product on black hair? That don't make no sense. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, blue butterflies. That's all I speak is truth. That's why most people don't like me. Because they be like, Miss Tanya be talking shit. That's what these young girls in Denver be saying. They don't want to talk to me because they don't want to hear the truth. Just like yesterday, I did a consultation, y'all, with a mother. Okay, I ain't going to say her name because she's probably on here watching me. And she comes to me for help. Everyone knows here in Denver, I'm a hair loss specialist. So she got a 7-year-old daughter that is bald, straight up bald. I could start crying. And so with me being holistic, I had a lot of questions like, when did this start? When did this happen? And she told me like 3 years ago. So what caused it? Because she clearly had hair before, right? And she was like, yeah, let me cut to the case. Chase, I had to advise this mother that she's the reason that her daughter has alopecia because that mother decided to braid this little girl's hair so darn tight, back to 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 back for years upon years. And she pulled out all that little girl's hair. And she does hair. So I find this out in the consultation and I'm like, wait a minute, you're licensed and you gave your own daughter alopecia? So mind you, when she sent me the photo, I know how to zoom in. I got eyes sharper than a hawk. My third eye is wide open. So I see that the scalp is all suffocated. So I asked her, what are you putting on her head? She said, well, I put oil, serum. She says she puts some cream from the dermatologist. And I'm like, and then are you rinsing any of that off? She was like, no. Oh my God. So I told her, you've given your own daughter alopecia. And I'm sure that was a difficult pill for her to swallow, but oh my God. She gave her daughter alopecia to completely wreck this little girl's confidence. She probably getting picked on and bullied left and right at school. Why? Because her mother was uneducated. And then I told her, who told you oil grows hair? Because she was like, well, I've been putting growth serum on it. Oh my God. Another woman that thinks oil grows hair. Where do we get this shit from? I never even thought oil grows hair. Oil soothes itching, period. The only people putting oil on their scalps is people that ain't washed their hair in the last 7 days. And the reason they're putting oil on their scalps is because it's itching, because they ain't washed it in at least 7 days. But we ain't never added no oil to our hair talking about it's gonna grow. Hair grows anyway, y'all. But if you're not caring for the hair properly, it will fall out and then it will not regrow. So I can't believe I had to advise a licensed hairstylist thinking braiding. And then she tried to get smart and say, well, I've been braiding I got 5 kids and I braid my other kids. Well, you must think somebody told you that all your kids are exactly alike. Now I told her, let me cut to the chase. This little girl is different. She ain't like you or your other kids. Those braids tore her whole head out. Now, maybe the other 4 girls are doing fine with the braids and all that tension and adding only oil and not washing the hair for months at a time. Everything is not for everybody. And some mothers have this misconception of, I guess, thinking that just because I had them all, that they're all exactly the same. No, that's the problem with having multiple kids, because each one you have is different. You can have a light-skinned kid and a brown-skinned kid, just like me. I've had 2 brown-skinned kids and a light-skinned kid. And none of them are alike. Shoot. So you can't do the exact same thing that you do to one child to every other child. And she ain't been paying attention. And I can tell it bothered her greatly that I had to tell her, Mom, you gave your daughter alopecia, talking about I took her to the dermatologist. Well, she don't have a dermatologist problem. She has a mother problem. Her problem is her mama. Man, so I hope no other woman on this live is braiding your daughter's hair back to back to back to back. Put it in a ponytail. Quit braiding it. We all know braids come with tension. Ain't nobody out here doing loose cornrows. We know it's tight. You know you pulling. And all braiders, I don't know if you want to admit it, but you feel the breakage when you're braiding. Every time your thumb goes through, you're breaking hairs to break the kinkiness, because we braid hair so kinky. I didn't realize that, but now that I know it, I'm not afraid to speak it. And over on Facebook, honey, they mad at me because I'm not chopping hair and I'm not braiding and I don't lock and I'm not doing the natural. They mad, but I don't care, because all their clients is running to me. They wondering why they clients ain't showing back up. Like one young lady thought her client was lost. I was like, she ain't lost. She here with me. Sure, you want to talk to her? Hold on, let me line my lips. I like lining my lips because I don't like lipstick. I can't stand lipstick. Lipstick is so overrated. So I just line my lips with eyeliner. I'll use it on my lips. Oh man. Alrighty, so I'm about to get back to talking about this hair thing. Let me go get me a chair and sit down because we got more stuff to talk about. Okay. Alright. Let me get to these comments. Let me pull this a little closer. And let's start engaging because I love you all and I thank you all for joining me on this beautiful Sunday morning. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Let me get this a little closer so that I can read. Our variety cornrows are the worst braids to wear. Actually, Lulu, they're not. Box braids are the worst because, let me tell you why. Because, and mind you, they were called dookie braids when they first came out because I got the style back in the day, back in 1990. It was like 90, 91 is when that style first dropped. And we called them dookie braids. I don't know who changed the name to box braids, but that is the worst braid style to wear. Why? Because number one, these girls nowadays, I don't think they really know what they're doing because they tend to add a lot of gel to the base. I've never added gel to the base. And I think that shows that either your base is way too big. It's supposed to be proportioned to the size of the braid. Like your base is not supposed to be this big and your braid is this skinny. You know what I'm saying? But box braids is the worst type of braids to wear because you have to add in the synthetic hair. And a lot of individuals really don't understand how bad that stuff is for your hair. I think a lot of girls actually believe that the synthetic hair is real human hair, and it's not. It's not. It ain't gonna cost $5.99 a pack if it's real human hair. I promise you. If you have real human hair that you're purchasing, it's gonna be in upwards of $3,000 for a bundle. You know what I'm saying? So that tells you that it's not really human hair. If it's in a beauty supply store, they don't sell real human hair. So box braids are the worst type of braids you can get. I tell my clients all the time, stop getting that style. That's for kids. Excuse me. That's a new thing of the world too, is adult women wearing braids. I come from a different era, everyone. Most of you know I'm 50. So I was born in 75. So when I was little, I grew up in the 80s. Only kids wore braids, period. Only old women wore wigs. Do you know how many young women are covering their whole head with a wig? Why? Don't make no sense. Well, it didn't used to make sense till I did the research. And I started asking women, why are you covering up all that hair with a wig if you got that much hair? They were afraid to admit that they don't know how to do their own hair. And the mindset is saying, I'm not going to walk around looking crazy, so I'm going to go get a wig so I can look sexy still. But the real underlying factor to wearing those wigs is the woman does not know how to do her own hair. And so I did not know that. I'm thinking that the woman is in love with the wigs, and that's not the case. Women don't love the wigs. All women are uncomfortable in wigs. But they have what's called a complex about how their hair looks. So I then said to myself, oh my God, that's perspective, because I would have never thought that was the why to so many young girls covering up their hair. Look, I had a new client start with me, and bless her heart, she started crying in session one because I have to deliver a lot of truth to clients when they first start booking with me because all they've been doing is hairstyling. So I'm like, nobody's ever cared for your scalp. Nobody's ever trimmed your ends. This little girl says she hadn't ever had a trim. She says she's been going to a braider for the past 15 years. Braiders don't trim the ends? Like, and clients is paying an upward of over $200? So I had to tell her, your wig wearing has broke out all your edges, baby. And I told her, look at where your hair loss is. And it was all around her hairline, even in the back. She didn't have no hair in the nape. She had lost all this right here. All of this was gone too. All of this up here, her hairline started like way back here. And I told her, I even showed her the glue that was still on her head after you done took the wig off. So I told her, and then I zoomed in too to show her what her skin and her scalp was looking like when she first walked in. She started crying. And I got bothered because I'm like, baby, why are you crying? And she was honest with me and she said, I thought the wig was protecting my hair. Who told you that? And she said, Instagram, social media, YouTube. I said, baby, stay off of there when it comes to hair care, because you're going to always be misled to believe something that's not true. So I told her how much the wig is suffocating her scalp, and preventing the anagen phase of our hair shaft to regulate. And that's hard to swallow. She didn't know that every day that she was gluing that wig onto her forehead, that she was losing her edges, because you don't lose them in one day. This happens over time. And now she done looked up and she hardly has any edges all the way around. And like I have to tell individuals that join my program, I don't have a magic wand. I think I do. All my gold tools that I use in the shop, I think I'm a magician, but I'm not. And just because you want your hair to grow back today does not mean that's going to happen like that. I tell my clients, if you entertained the hair loss for 5 years, you've been losing your hair, it's going to take 5 years to grow back what you've lost. Ain't no quick wham bam, thank you ma'am. So many clients come join with me and they think they're healed after 3 or 4 sessions. No, you're not. This is just the beginning. This is just like school when you come see me. And this is what I've had to learn about hair care. Hair care is totally different than a hairstyle session. Let me explain. When you book a hairstyle appointment, you're not getting a consultation. Ain't nobody reached out to talk to you, and y'all know this. You also are going to go straight to the bowl. Oh, no photos are taken of your hair, because you see, when you come to a care provider, you get photos taken, right? Whether they call them an X-ray or a progressive photo, you're going to get a photo of your hair, but you don't get none of that when you book a hairstyle appointment, because the person providing this hairstyle don't care. And we have to understand this stuff as clients, as the consumers of my industry. You got to understand this type of stuff, right? Another thing that's not going to happen if you book in a hairstyle appointment, your scalp is going to get ignored. Nobody's going to look at your scalp. No one's going to detox it. You're going straight to the bowl. And once you get to the bowl, when you're doing a hairstyle appointment, they're going to use a moisture shampoo. Now, moisture shampoos, that's another white girl product. I don't know why Black people are using a bunch of moisture shampoos thinking that you're cleansing the hair, and you're not. And some people wonder why the hair comes out looking like a Raggedy Ann doll. Do y'all remember Raggedy Ann? I used to have a Raggedy Ann doll, but their hair looked a certain way. There's so many girls coming out the bowl with that type of hair that clearly shows the hair is not thoroughly clean, because you used a moisture shampoo and then you used your fingers. That's a hairstyle appointment. Then you're going to have conditioner, and then they try to call it protein. Do y'all know that protein is just conditioner? And they better not be putting Afro-G on your hair. You're definitely about to be brittle. But then you're then going to have a whole bunch of products added to your hair. I mean, right out the bowl, you get a detangler added to your hair. Then she's going to smear some serum on your hair. And mind you, those over on Facebook swear that this is proper practice. And I'm like, okay, y'all must be a whole bunch of stylists, because I'm not a stylist. I'm a hair care professional. So of course, I do things differently, right? Another thing, a bunch of product members, so no consultation when you book a hairstyle appointment. No scalp care. Your scalp's going to get ignored and skipped over. You're going to have moisture shampoo used, followed by a moisturizer that's going to have you crunchy and brittle the next day. Then you're going to have a whole bunch of products added, like serums and detanglers, and they're using some type of stick. You know what I'm saying? I see all these girls, they smear and stick, and you don't know how many clients are like, oh, I want to order some. Give me some. Where can I get some stick to smear on my hair? It's like, are y'all thinking clearly at all? No. And then with that hairstyle appointment, you're then going to leave, no follow-up. When you book a hairstyle appointment, your provider ain't going to tell you when you should come back to have that redone. They're just going to take your money and tell you bye. Thanks. Have a good day. That's when you know you booking a hairstyle appointment. Let me break down what you go through when you book a hair care appointment because it's totally different. And I am a hair care specialist. I'm not a stylist. Yes, Journey, I see you. Hold on. I think I need to remove somebody being a little distracting. I don't need you to subscribe. I'm not going to say your name. You should want to subscribe without me saying your name. So I'm tempted to remove. I don't even know how to say your name. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Calm down with your thumbs, awesome. Okay, I just said your name. Okay, but I need you to calm down. Stop being distractive. I see you. You're like one of my kids. Do the most because you think you're not being seen. I see you. Okay, so calm down. Calm down. Relax your thumbs. I see you. All right, so okay, that's what's up. I'm gonna still be a holistic practitioner. Chief, you trying to hate? That negative stuff, freedom of speech, leave the man alone. Freedom of speech. We ain't nobody speaking. What you mean? Thumb work? Because he's not speaking. So ain't no freedom of free speech when you're on a YouTube live, Mr. Chief. Like, or Miss Chief. I don't even know if you're a man or a woman. Anyway, let me get back to my story because y'all be trying to distract me. Like, that's stupid. I'm in Denver, Colorado, Leon. I'll be coming to your shop. All right, George, come on in. Sure. What's your take on chemical relaxers? Good job, Victoria. I got you. I should have just went live with you, Victoria, because everybody else. No, George, I'll never be married again. I'm divorced. So nice of you to help. Thank you, Leon. Braiders don't even wash your hair. That's true, Victoria. They ain't even been to beauty school. Most braiders ain't got no business. They ain't been to beauty school. They just straight up hustling because they know clients is stupid. Braiders know the game. They like clients is stupid. They'll come pay me all this money that's going to break their hair out. I'm not going to tell her how long she needs to wear it for. And she's going to get home and wear it for 3-4 months. And then her hair's going to fall out. And she's going to have to come right back to me because her hair is going to be worse than it was when I first started braiding it. And she's going to forever be stuck with me. But you're right. So chemical relaxers, Victoria. I really am not against them because some need them. I have some in my possession. I have one girl, she just, man, she needs a relaxer because she's a chunky chick. She let herself go at one point and she done got real overweight. And overweight people struggle with sweating alone just because they've let themselves. That's not a virus that you catch when you get overweight. That is self-inflicted because of how much food you done ate and you ain't drinking enough water to flush the food out. So you get heavy, you know. And so the relaxer for her helps because of her lifestyle. She's a nurse as well. That's crazy how we got nurses that are unhealthy. Ooh, that's a vibe. Nurses that are unhealthy, but you a nurse. That's different for me. But anyway, I had to advise her that she needs a relaxer because she sweats so much. She can't even sit through the 2-hour service that I provide without dripping from her forehead. I have to hand her a fan as well. So I had to tell her, you need a relaxer because she also doesn't know how to do her own hair. That's the thing. There's a lot of clients that are booking. The reason they're booking is because they don't know how to handle their own hair. And so she struggles without a relaxer because of her sweating and her hot flashing. So I care so much that although that's not something that I support, promote, I care and cater to those booking with me because I keeps mine. You know what I'm saying? I retain my clients. So if a relaxer is going to help her to live better at home, so be it. I'm gonna give a relaxer. Um, Again, some people need it. Now, we're not all the same. Some women were born with what's called extremely high density. And mind you, I've done the research. Women that have thick hair, that's all over their bodies. I've talked to a couple of my clients being nosy and asking them like, Do you got a lot of hair growth everywhere? And they'd be like, yes, Tanya. Like women constantly waxing their face, waxing their body, you know what I'm saying? And constantly cutting on their hair. So I didn't realize how different a lot of us are. So yes, I do relaxers because some people need them. Not everybody can rock without a relaxer. And they're only damaging when they're not being applied properly. There's so many people doing relaxers wrong, um, which is why the relaxers cause damage to the client. So when I do a relaxer, nobody burns. I don't tolerate burning because I know how to put it in right. And so my clients don't suffer any struggles, you know what I'm saying? And this mishap, excuse me, about relaxers causing cancer, you clearly ain't did no research if that's what you believe, because a relaxer don't even sit on the skin long enough to even absorb, because once it absorbs, it's going to burn. So how in the hell does a relaxer give you cancer? If anything, they should be blaming lotion gives you cancer, because that's something that you leave on and you don't rinse off. So see, I'm so holistic that most even companies don't like me because I make them make it make sense. Make that make sense. I was conditioner, relaxer getting into my bloodstream, and it only sits for like 15 minutes and we washing it off. It don't even have time to absorb, because once it absorbs into the skin, you gonna burn. So there ain't no way the relaxer is making it down to underneath the dermis level, which is where your capillaries, which is what holds your blood, your veins. Your capillaries and your veins ain't running under your epidermis. But I think some people are so lacking hair knowledge that that's what they think. So that's what they believe. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, Kay. Sure. Learn to come to your nappy hair and be proud. Learn, it's comb. It's COMB, Chief. Learn how to type right if you're going to speak to. Learn to comb. He said, learn to comb your nappy hair and be proud. I hate that word nappy, because nobody's hair is nappy. It's tangled is the word I use. I redirect my clients all the time. I don't entertain a lot of negativity because that's who I am. I redirect all my clients and everyone that I mess with. So just like I'm redirecting you, Chief. Stop calling nobody's hair is nappy. It's tangled, okay? Nurse's job is very stressful, though. The energy they should be putting into caring for themselves is being put on the patients. That's true, Jim. Me too. Victoria says it's weird. It seems my hair responds to chemical relaxers and it grows the most. It's been in its healthiest state with them. Oh, that's why you asked that question. Well, you seen what I said. Some people do better with them. Um, I have to admit, most people that come to me in relaxers, I transition them out the relaxer, because my holistic approach, my hydration treatment, keeps our roots manageable and soft. But that's one. You know, I got over 60 clients that book with me, and there's just that one girl that needs a relaxer. I even have short hair girls that I don't relax. You know what I'm saying? And their hair stays straight for days after they leave me. And that's another thing, Victoria, that I was not aware of, which is what clients go through after they leave the salon chair. Never Beauty School don't train us to check in with the client. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of you should ask, well, Miss Tanya, what made you change? What made you change? Uh-oh. What made you change your practice? Okay, that's because they're staying on too long. That's why they're burning you. Your relaxer is only supposed to sit on your head for 15 minutes max. But if your operator, the person that's putting the relaxer in, don't know what they're doing and they taking their sweet time painting it in like it's colored, you're gonna burn. You're gonna burn. That's one of the things I train on. It's like you gotta move. You gotta get that relaxer into the whole head within the first 8 minutes. I do that. I get it in within 5 minutes. Therefore, it can sit and properly process. But if you playing and do hinkying around and taking all day to get that relaxer in, it's gonna burn before you even get done. And then there's this thing out here where these stylists is entertaining burning, especially clients. Victoria, do you entertain the burn and don't say nothing? Because I hate when clients do that to me. That's so stupid to do that. The burn means your skin is in danger. But there's a lot of clients that won't even say nothing and they will sit there and let their scalps burn. Why? Because they that loyal to the straightness. Little do you know that burn is tearing your epidermis up. You're now going to have a scab because that's a 3rd-degree burn. So, man, there's so much out here that I need to help others on. It's ridiculous. This industry is so reckless and God forsaken. It's ridiculous. It really is. But Victoria, I'm proud because I'm in high demand. I should show y'all. Y'all want to see my wait list and how many people I got on it? Because I ain't checked it yet this morning. I am in high demand. But these stylists that are offering protein treatments, doing blunt cuts, using these plug-ups, they're moving out their suites. Hardly in the building now. Applying for jobs. That clearly shows you don't know what you're doing. Because if you knew what you was doing, you would stay booked. Clients ain't broke. Clients are just sick of paying money to have to get up the next morning and redo their whole heads. My clients don't have to do that. Oh, no. Anything we doing, we wake up the next morning and we having head sex because we can't believe that the hair feels the same way it felt when they left me after sleeping and sweating on it. So clients, y'all have to change. When are y'all going to change? When are y'all going to start reporting people for malpractice? Do y'all know back when I first started doing hair back in the 90s? That's the first thing a client would do. If you cut too much hair off or you burnt their scalp with a relaxer, they calling Dora. Nowadays, clients don't call nobody. That's crazy. I just had a client come to me and told me she went to a stylist. She asked for a trim, and the stylist removed this much from behind her back and called it a trim. My client, the problem is my client that this woman had already been to me, so she had already experienced my kind of trim that removes this much. And let me ask, do y'all prefer to have a trim that removes an inch, or you want a trim that barely removes anything? Now, this is where I've learned we're all different. We're not all the same. There's a lot of hair haters behind the chair that don't like you having long hair. They don't want to deal with that, Me, myself, I've never signed up for a haircut. And I'm not going to say no names, but I've sat with 4 different stylists here in Denver that swore they knew how to trim. Let me tell you a story about one of them, because I had to bust her out. Because another thing, stylists are so afraid to admit that you don't know how to do something. I don't care if you're licensed or not. You don't know how to do everything. You know what I'm saying? So I started booking with her from jump, telling her I do not ever want to leave your chair shorter, because I already know how stylists think. They're a little scissor happy because they've all been trained to remove inches. That's what beauty school trains us to do. Hair cut. Okay? Ain't no hair trimming trained nor gone over. The word ain't even in the cosmetology book. So I asked the stylist the other day, who taught, because I was like, do you know how to trim? She said yes. So I did the holistics and I said, who trained you? She ran into a bus at that point, and her answer to my question of who trained you on how to trim, where did you get your training from? She got to say, Tanya, I've been doing hair for 25 years. You should have seen my face, because I told her I didn't ask you how long you've been doing hair. I asked you who trained you on how to trim. Tanya, I know what I'm doing. I didn't ask you if you know what you're doing. Answer the damn question. I said, who trained you? Because you just said you know how to trim, right? Who trained you? And she couldn't answer me. And then she wanted to block me because, we was conversating in the DMs. The answer to that question was, Tanya, I don't know how to trim. I only know how to haircut. I only know how to even everything out and make it neat. I don't know what I'm doing if you're asking me to truly trim. So, back to old girl. I told her this at the gate. I don't ever want to leave your chair shorter. All right. So now I don't know about y'all, but I go in and she gets to cutting. And I kind of knew I was in trouble because she started back here. That is not where you start for trimming. So I told her, I ducked out of her hands and I said, "You're about to trim, right?" And I don't know what's wrong with stylists that think they so in control when you're not. You are a human service provider. You're supposed to be doing what you're told, not what beauty school taught you. Like, beauty school didn't teach you how to do a protein treatment, but everybody running up a protein treatment bottle, you know what I'm saying? Booty. So you're supposed to get out of beauty school and you're supposed to evolve. You're supposed to look for the best tools. You're supposed to find alternative products. You're supposed to read the labels. You're supposed to create a new approach. You're not supposed to be behind the chair and you 20 years in and you still shampooing with moisture shampoo and using conditioner and serum. You've been doing that for the last 20 years. When you gonna change? When you gonna learn something new? You know what I'm saying? Back to old girl. So I get done with the service, and y'all know me, I checks my hair, so I'm kind of looking at my length, and it was like this when I went into her, and then when I left her, it was like this. So it was like, uh-oh, like it was like that before I went to her, and now it's all neat and like this. So of course we had to have a conversation, right? So I said to her, "Remember when I said that I didn't want to really leave any shorter?" And she goes, "Yeah, yeah." I said, "I left shorter last time." And I don't know what makes stylists get so sensitive when somebody speaks up. Let me give y'all some game real quick, especially I pray somebody out there stands behind the chair that is watching me right now. When a client speaks up, that's not a complaint, dummy. That is them trying to critique you because they like you, silly. Somebody ain't speaking up to tell you what to do differently next time because they about to shake you. Duh. They're telling you this because they want to come back. But you've done something that they really don't like, and they don't want you doing it next time when they come and give you their money. So many girls get sensitive when somebody happens to speak up to respect their money and their time. Ain't no time to get sensitive. You need to listen and transition and change and adapt to what the client is saying, right? So she gets all sensitive. "Tanya, I barely took anything off." Barely? So I did her like this. "Show me what you mean is barely." I told her, and I waited for her. I said, "Show me what you mean by barely." She did this. I told her, "Girl, that's a grip for me. We ain't the same. We ain't nothing alike. Because barely is this to me." You know what I'm saying? So, but I wasn't ready to shake her because she was making it neat and it was flowy, but it kept being shorter. Okay. So then I thought, I'm still not going to quit her. You know what I'm saying? Because she do a good job. She just is kind of scissor happy in the back of my head. So I said to myself, let me go get my mat. The mat that I use in my practice to monitor my clients' lengths, because I proves to my clients that you did not get any shorter with my trim. You seen all this hair falling, not all this hair. You seen these snippings falling, but you ain't no shorter. That makes a client high. She definitely gonna stick with you if you put shears to her head and you didn't make her any shorter. All right, so listen, everybody going into the nail shop, I used to hate when I'd go get a full set and they get the clippers out and get to snipping all my growth off. I would tell them, hold up, I don't want you cutting my growth off. You can put a tip on top of my tip. You do not have to cut my nail all the way down to the nub just to put a tip on my nail. So same thing. So, I'm different. So I have the same mindset. So fast forward, I bring the mat in. She should have asked me, "Tanya, why are you bringing this mat in?" Because I'd have told her, because I need to check and be sure that you're not making me any shorter. Because I'd have told her, you keep lying to me, telling me that you're barely taking anything off, like I'm tripping. So I brought my mat in. And then I told her to take a picture. She should have said again, "Why are you having me take a picture?" I would have said to her, because I'm going to wait until the next session to put them side by side so that I can see if you're making me any shorter. Because you keep telling me you're not making me any, and you're barely taking anything off. So I want to show you what you're barely taking anything off is doing to my length. Mind you, I had to be patient because when you do research, you got to be patient, right? So I had to wait 2 sessions, not that one that I took the mat in because I needed her to take the photo and I didn't say nothing. Made it a kiki ha ha session, so I didn't want her tripping. Asked her to take the photo with my phone. She did. Then I had to wait till the end of the second session because I told her again, gave her my phone, told her to put my mat on, take a picture. I couldn't believe it. I busted her out. Now I got the proof that you're taking off too much. So I then went back and took the photo of my hair that she took from, no, I'm lying, 3 times. 3 photos I got her to take. So I had a gauge. You feel me? That's what research is all about. So we have to now have the uncomfortable conversation again because I just wanted to verify what she had said. So I said, now remember, when I come in, you say you're not making me any shorter, right? No, Tanya. No, because that's what stylists do. They just be lying, straight lying. Because she was like, no, I'm not making you any shorter. No, Tanya, I'm barely taking any. I would tell you. I know what I'm doing. Okay, so I also have an app where I'm able to put my photos side by side, and I mean precisely side by side. And I said, uh-oh, because I even asked somebody else. I said, look at this photo. I said, this is one day, this is another day. And I asked 5 people in the building, does this look any? She was like, yeah, it's noticeably shorter. That's what I thought. I thought I was tripping. So now it's time to present to this stylist the result of her work. The result of her lies. Mind you, I'm tipping her $50 on top of her little $25 that she was charging me for the trim. $75 for you to not listen to what I'm telling you and asking you to do, and you keep doing what you want to do. So the first thing I asked her is, remember you said that you weren't cutting hardly anything off, right? Because listen, B, right? This is what stylists don't understand. Some of us, we love our length. Like if my length is coming down to here, I don't want to leave with it up here. You feel me? I want to leave with it still down here. And I need you to dust my ends without cutting me shorter. That's a real skill set that is not taught in beauty school. All right, back to old girl. So she's steady lying. No, Tanya, I barely took anything off. Blah, 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 So I hit her with the photo. I said, well, look. I said, this is the first session, how long my length was. This is session number 2, where I asked you if you had been cutting off my length, and you said no. And then this is number 3, where I'm even shorter. So I'm getting shorter and shorter. And mind you, I only let it happen 3 sessions because I monitors my hair. But this is what stylists do to a lot of clients. You getting shorter and shorter and shorter and shorter? That wasn't my goal. I'm not here with you pimping to get shorter. I want to retain what I got when I come in. Well, guess what she did? What she should have did was said, oh my God, Tanya, I am so sorry. Because I'm trying to redirect her. If I didn't want to book with her, I'd have went on to Google and did a horrible review and called Dora and then quit her. But I wasn't quitting her. I'm trying to redirect you. I'm trying to inspire you to cater to me. I know beauty school taught you to make me shorter, but I don't want to be shorter. Can't you pivot and cater to my request? Or just tell me no? But see, I dangled that money in front of her. So she's like, oh, I'm not going to admit to Tanya that I don't know how to trim because I want her paying me this $75. Nah, pimpin', nah, not me. So after that 3rd time and after I busted her out, and then you going to get an attitude. Now, mind you, this girl every morning, you say, good morning, Tanya. Morning, Tanya. Hi, Miss Tanya. Hi, Miss Tanya. But then after I busted you out, now you act like you don't know me because we still in the same building, mind you. Now you act like you don't know me, and I just laugh. It just tickles me to my soul because you that old, because she older than me, and you still not able to be honest and just say you don't know how to do something. Why is that? I'm quick to tell a stylist I don't know how to barber. You a fade. I ain't no barber. I tell my clients, you're going to have to go see a barber. Shoot. I don't know how to do it. Shoot, I ain't never trained, practiced, none of that. I know how to make a neck neat. But as far as that fade and stuff, I don't know how to do all that. So I'm not about to trick somebody into taking their money and knowing I don't know how to do what they've requested. It's real simple to just be like, I don't know how to do that. You're gonna have to book with somebody else. Shoot. So I don't know. I guess I'm different. I just admitted that the other day. I'm proud to be different. I'm proud that I'm not nothing like none of these other stylists. I'm proud that I'm not nothing like these other women in Denver. I'm proud that I drink water. I'm proud that I don't drink alcohol no more. I'm proud that my hair, you know what I'm saying, is not down my back no more. I'm proud of all things. I'm proud of being different. I'm proud of providing my clients with hair care. Again, let's go see this list. Y'all probably was like, yeah, Tanya, I want to see the waiting list. Let me go back. Yes, I'm against protein treatments because do you know, Kay, that that's just conditioner? Stylists got y'all all tricked and it's so unnecessary. It's like they don't have to lie to kick it. I used to lie like that. I used to tell clients their hair was growing when I really didn't know because that was a strategy. Like you tell a client her hair is growing, something about clients, they believe anything a stylist says. So without photos though, see, I give my clients photos. I don't just be verbalizing everything and telling them, yeah, girl, your hair is better. No, I take photos and I tell my clients, look at your photos. Some clients come in, Miss Tanya, is my hair growing? Is it? I don't know. Look at the photos. Let's I always say, let's look at the photos. Because the photos is what shows is if your hair is growing or not. You can't just be like, look, Miss Tanya, my hair has gotten longer. How do we know? You know what I'm saying? You gotta have precise photos to determine if the hair is growing or not. You know what I'm saying? So I don't do protein. I wish you wasn't so far from me. Don't worry, Victoria. I might be in New York kind of soon. So, and if I do drop, I already told my friend that my newest mentee is in New York. So the next time I go, you will be the first to know that I'm headed to your city and we definitely gonna meet. We're gonna hook up. I'm gonna treat you to lunch. I'm gonna bring some product for you. You're gonna have some My Water Beauty Solution. I'm gonna leave you my holistic body cream because it's fire. Probably gonna do your hair too while we together if you got the time, but definitely pulling up on you because I travel. So I be all over the United States. You know what I'm saying? I just left Georgia and came back. So yeah, I wish we did too. Doesn't depend on the breakage though. Wait, doesn't it depend on the breakage? I'm not sure, Kenley. I always say to everybody, just because a strand broke don't mean you got to chop all the other ones off to match it. There's this misconception in the world that these stylists, especially young girls, like if you was born after 1990, your brain is operating really different. And you think that the only way hair will grow is if everything is even. That's improper thinking, and that's not true. So to think that you got to cut everything neat, everything has to be blunt, that's not true. Hair grows. If that's the case, then nobody's hair would be growing, right? So clearly it still grows. You don't have to blunt cut it all neat and even just to get it to grow. That's what's called a myth because that's not true. You know what I'm saying? So Kenley, don't be doing that. Don't be talking to people like, if you got a hole, your hair is not going to grow unless we cut it even. That's what Facebook is all barking about. And it's like you guys have no hair care knowledge, no horticultural knowledge. Like if you're taking care of a plant, you don't just, some of these people behind the chair be like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. They just, yeah, and take everything off. Like, no, horticulturize the head. You know what I'm saying? Understand that the hair grows anyway. So all we got to do is be consistent because that's another thing, like I was talking about earlier, the stylists don't know nothing about to properly retain your clients. Do some care post-session guidelines. Tell them when to come back. Tell them what to do that night. Tell them what to do if they get in the shower and their hair gets poofy. That's what a care provider does. But remember, I was breaking all this down earlier, but when you're booking with a stylist, that's not somebody that cares. And they hate when I break that down to them to their face. You don't care because you're not doing nothing to care for the client. You're just doing what they told you to do. You a puppet. Like, okay, you want your hair pink? Okay. You want your hair shaved over here and stuff? Okay. No, sometimes you got to redirect the client. Like, here, wouldn't you rather trim? Let's keep your length. And let's trim and dust the ends every 2 weeks to restore. I got so many photos showing my restoration. It's crazy. Go to my Google page and you'll see my results because that's where all my clients come from is Google. You know what I'm saying? They Google me because those looking for me are not looking for another hairstyle. Those booking with me are not looking for another braid appointment where they got to do half the damn service themselves. Those booking with me are not looking for a fucking haircut. They sick of haircuts. We done got all that in our 20s and 30s fooling with stylists. Those booking with me are looking for something different. They're looking for more than a style. They're looking for scalp care. They're looking for time management. They here in Denver, Miss Tanya don't make you wait. Look, yesterday, my last new client, she thought she was gonna be started late. And I told her, who told you that? She was like, well, I'm your 5 o'clock and you said you had 4 others. I'm not a stylist. Maybe stylists don't have any time management. I'm a practitioner. I get everybody in and out in 2 hours, no matter what you're getting done, no matter how thick your hair is, 2 hours or less, you're in and out of here. And they love that. She was impressed that I started her at 5 o'clock and she was done at 6:30. And I mean, baby had inches behind her back. She told me, ain't nobody ever did my hair this fast. That's hair care. That's when you care. You know what I'm saying? Stylists need to communicate what they are trimming. Plus, many of them cut it so all the hair is the same length. That's not how hair growth works. Hair grows anyway. Whether your hair is uneven or not, it's going to grow. Like some people, dead ends. Now, there's a difference between breakage and a dead end. There's two totally differences between the two. A dead end ain't going to grow, but a broken strand will, y'all. Like if you cut a plant, you think that plant's never gonna grow again? It's when the ends die out is when the hair is never gonna grow again. And no, that's not true either. It's not true either. The hair will still grow with a dead end. What happens is when the dead ends develop, you're combed through. You can't do this. Yeah, no. Your comb is gonna be like, eek. You're gonna be like, eek, 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 and then eek, 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 eek. That's what happens. It's in my comb. It was kind of wet. That's what happens when you get dead ends. You can't comb through your hair like this. Okay. But it doesn't stop the growth. A lot of individuals don't understand growth is all about your scalp. That's where the growth occurs. So it doesn't matter if your hair is broken or dead, it's going to still grow because I increase the blood flow to the scalp. Hold on, y'all. I got to water these lilies real quick. Because y'all saw me taking 32 ounces of water this morning. So that's the other lifestyle to being hydrated, is that you gotta pee multiple times a day. But I don't mind peeing because this is the one and only time during the day that I get to sit down. Shoot, so I love peeing. I talk to so many women that tell me, Miss Tanya, I ain't drinking half my body weight in water because I don't feel like going to the bathroom all day. Well, you sound real stupid because peeing and pooping is two of the most important functions of the human body. Back to what we was talking about, though. These stylists out here, they need so much help. So, y'all, anybody out there that's watching me, I need help. I need help. I have a consultation this morning with a guy named Mr. Jerry Watkins. He's an older dude. I like older dudes. That he's been an educator before in the hair industry because I've searched high and low for somebody to help me develop these classes. I want to teach. I want to travel the world, training other stylists on how to do a detox, how to properly silk press by use of the Marcel iron. Because so many stylists out here think that they're giving a silk press and you used one of these. This don't give a silk press. Clients, this don't give a silk press. A silk press is by way of a Marcel iron, period. Not a thermal, a Marcel flat iron at that. So many people are confused in this industry. But I'm ready to train. I just don't got time to create the class, and I need somebody that's more high end, and I'm gonna split the profits because we gonna get money. Because stylists are ready, I think. Stylists are ready to learn something new because they're noticing that their clients have gone bye-bye and they ain't booking. You ain't doing as many clients as you used to do because clients is changing. Clients is getting smart. And some of them is hearing about me and they like, dang, I want some scalp care. Can you remove the dandruff, please, instead of just showing it to me or covering it up with oil, Clients is changing, which is gonna force stylists to change, you know what I'm saying? But clients got to get better in this industry. The industry really ain't going to change until the clients get better. And until the clients get better, the stylists ain't going to get better. You know what I'm saying? So that was sexy, what you just did. And they just checked in, y'all. They must say Miss Tanya's doing too much. Oh, I'm coming up on 2 hours now. I'm about to get off of here. And I want to thank you all for joining. Let me get through these comments. Good morning, Vaughn. Behave yourself, Anthony Lee. She teaching us. All right, Kay. I love it when I got leaders on here. Tell them, Kay. Shoot. Cross-checking your work is most important. Okay, you sound like a stylist. Period. Pride. Wait, I'm not trying to talk. I'm not trying to talk bad about stylists. I hope to inspire them. Because when people talk bad about me, I change. It pisses me off. Like, people be like, Tanya, you controlling. I'll change that because I don't like how it sounds. So I'm trying to really get stylists to move and understand you got to let go of that beauty school approach. And you need to learn a hydration and a holistic approach because that's what's in high demand. And that's what clients is wanting. Clients are sick of being moisturized. Clients are sick of being told they need a growth serum or a protein treatment. You know what I'm saying? Clients are ready to hear something new, something different. You know what I'm saying? Something that makes sense. Clients are ready for something that works. And that's why I'm overbooked because I offer hair care. I don't offer hairstyles anymore. Any of y'all can go to my booking link. It's in the description of this live and click on it and see how many services that I offer. And you can't book braids with me. You can't book a relaxer with me. You ain't booking no protein treatment or a keratin or a Brazilian blowout. You ain't booking no extensions with me. You're not booking braids, no locks, no natural, letting it air dry. I have a girl in my building that plays in people's hair all day, and it takes her all day to do what the client can do at home. I can take a brush and do this. This is all she be doing all day is combing product through her hair. And then she drops it like she's doing something good. You're supposed to do something for a client that she can't do herself at home. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that's why she wasn't in the building yesterday and it was Saturday. You ain't got no clients on a Saturday. So you clearly it's time to start offering something different. It's time to start talking different. It's time to start wearing scrubs. Get out your street clothes. You know what I'm saying? I get so much respect now. Everybody thinks I'm like a hair doctor or a hair nurse or some stuff just because I wear scrubs. So it's time, y'all. Let's get with it. Alrighty, now Tanya, come on. Be right. That's wild. You scaring these folks. They probably nervous as hell. Tanya, you're a menace. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I put my guns. I don't have no more guns. I used to be a menace to society because I used to draw down all the time. Be like, what'd you say? You know what I'm saying? But no more. I don't carry guns no more. I'm a felon. I'm a 2-time felon, so I can't even get approved. I can't even. Oh, y'all, guess what, y'all? I wonder where my smooth wheel is. Wonder why he ain't on here. I just realized that I get off probation this year. Have you anybody on here ever been on probation? I mean, these are things that, we usually don't talk about. But yeah, I've been on federal probation, y'all, since 2018. Judge gave me 7 years. Dang. Y'all want to know what I did? Ask me. But I sure did. Caught my second felony back in 2018. I got my first felony in 1995. So they won't give me a gun. They said, oh, no, not Tanya. She too trippy. She got issues. So we ain't approving her. Because then I'd be a menace to society for real. You know what I'm saying? I'll be pulling up on these stylists like, $50 is way too much. Maybe for you, maybe you're broke. It's not for me. Okay, that's different. $50 tip for a $25 trim. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's how us people with money act. Only broke people leave $2 or no tip. Or $5, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tip you $50. You know what I'm saying? But she lost me. But Think about how she felt when I left her though. Because after I showed her and busted her out that she was cutting my hair shorter, oh, she got in her feelings. Like I told y'all, she don't even speak to me no more. she, and I love walking up and down her hallway. I pass her door all day, every day. She don't say nothing anymore. I almost want to ask her, like, what's wrong with you? And I want to ask her, how come you used to speak all the time? Now you don't say nothing. You in your feelings because I busted you out and caught you in a lie about cutting my hair shorter? Why didn't you just say, Tanya, I don't know how to trim? Instead of continuing to lie to me and tell me that you do when you know you didn't. But she, she ain't one of them type of women. You gave her numerous opportunities. Be right, I did. She pretty now. Like my children say at your big age, you look like one of these women on the perm boxes. Thank you. Barbers do that too. I know. Oh my God, I love you. You different. We gonna meet too. Be right. Let me see how many subscribe. Be right. You only got, oh, that's right. That's right. You about that life. Jen said, follow what the client asks for and communicate if you feel something else is needed. Good job, Jen. Where are y'all joining me from? Like, rep your city. Once I get down there, I want everybody to right now type in the city and state that you're joining me from. Wakanda for a VA. I don't know what that means. You're an expert in your field. I am. Facts. You must be white. GIK. Because most white people are the ones that use in words. They be like, Tanya, you're an expert. They be, Tanya, your approach is so innovative. Black people be like, she don't know what she doing. She uneducated. She need to go back to beauty school. What? No conditioner. You know you need conditioner, right? White people be like, you are so smart. You're so innovative. You're brilliant. You're an expert. Why is that? Black people are haters. White people will motivate you. White people will give you your flowers. They will commend you. Look, I was on the shuttle the other day riding to the airport. And y'all know I carries water, right? And it was funny because I was meeting my friends. So I had my water and his water too, because he flew in. And I always make sure anybody fly here to Denver, you're going to drink some good water. You ain't drinking no nasty ass store-bought water, right? So there was a girl on the bus. White girl, white family. And her dude was funny. He was low-key flirting. But he was like, excuse me, ma'am, because I had on my scrubs. I had just come from the shop. He was like, I just have to ask. He was like, but do you drink all that water? So I started laughing and I told him, thank you for asking. But this is not all for me. But I showed him my jug. I said, but I do drink this every day. And he was like, wow. Why? I was like, because I want to stay hydrated. I was really fatigued before. I've had cancer, and I was told it was because I was dehydrated. So ever since someone gave me that knowledge, I've been drinking water, and I don't go to the doctors anymore. And he was like, wow. He even said, that's amazing. Black people don't say that to me. Black people be like, what? You drink water? Like, yes. You know what I'm saying? So thank you for that acknowledgement that I am an expert. Yes, I pray no man date you. He will kill himself. When you start rapping, that's funny. Wakanda for a Aver. King, I'm still here at work. Dang, Vaughn, you better stop staying the night at your job, Vaughn. Will you go home? Vaughn, do you ever go home? Because it seems like you stay the night at your job. My hair is so pretty. I love combing through it. I love how it looks. Let me give y'all a different style. I can do like some styles for y'all without even putting no product in my hair. Like, so whoop! I swooped my bangs and then I can swoop them the other way. So whoop! Then I can do, let me see, I'll tuck it. I'll make myself look like I ain't got no hair. Hold on. Tuck this behind my ear. And then I'm going to tuck this side behind my ear. I hate tucking my hair behind my ear. I think I look funny. Oop, oop. Hold on, I'm getting to y'all's comments. Y'all know y'all like watching me. Look, I look funny. I look like a beetle. I look like a ladybug like this. Then I can take it off my face. Wait, I could take it forward too. Ooh. It sure is nice being a woman of color and having hair that's healthy, kind of like white girl hair. I feel so empowered because my hair used to be so frizzy, so unmanageable, so ugly. I hated it. But now I love my hair. Shoot, my holistic, look at that, y'all. My holistic approach done got me falling back in love with my hair. Oh, and my bangs are getting longer because now they're about to be covering my nose. They was like way up here when I cut it back in November. Vaughn, you remember when I cut my hair off? It done grew back. And I'm proud. I'm black and proud. I mean, I'm brown and proud because I ain't black. I'm brown. I'm brown. They used to call me a red bone when I was younger because they'd be like, you ain't black, Tanya, you a red bone. I'd be like, what does that mean? My bones are not red. And they'd be like, you got a different skin tone, skin color, baby. I'd be okay. Like my daughter, we call her Mocha. She ain't black either. All right, let me get to the... That's a hairdo. I hope YouTube picks that up. Why do people pose like that? That's a symbol you want to suck something. People don't understand what duck lips is all about. That means... That's what I thought. All right, this lady is crazy. You crazy as hell. We be having fun. Shoot, we be having a good time. I hang on to every word. Thank you, thank you. Good info. We need to share this. Please do, Scam Chan. What's Eric? Eric? My Eric is on here. Yeah, I got a couple boo things on here now. Vaughn's my boo. Bishop is my boo. Eric is my boo. Aaron is my boo. Smooth Will is my newest boo. I don't know where he at. I don't know if he on here with us or not. Okay, Victoria says, spreading your truth, speaking your truth, ain't talking bad about people. What's bad is when people are closed off and not open to learning new methods or evolving. Facts, Victoria. We are living in a world where people are refusing to open their mindsets to trying new things. Like my parents, my mom, she refuses to quit drinking alcohol. And then I'm too old to change. That's stupid. You know what I'm saying? You ain't never too old to change. You know what I'm saying? I look like I got on a helmet. I look like... I look like I got... That's how amazing my water hair is. And you just shake it back into place. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you do. Ooh, y'all still rocking with moisturized hair? Y'all still ain't already know my water? Y'all tripping. But it's okay. You're going to eventually buy it because it ain't going nowhere. And I'm steadily growing and it's going to keep spreading. And y'all probably going to get sick of me getting on here with this healthy hair, especially being a brown skinned woman. We're supposed to have really, really, really crazy looking hair. I used to anyway, but now it's so healthy. Hold on. Let me make my hair look like I got on a toupee. Hold on. Make it look toupee-ish. Anybody out there? Shout out to anybody wearing a toupee. I tried to wear one years ago. Okay. All right. Uh-oh. Got some flick of the wrists action back there. Ooh, this is a hairstyle, huh? I be having fun. Y'all know I do. Eric said, what did you do to get probation? Good question. I love them good, juicy questions, Eric. Yeah, I'll tell y'all the story. All right. So this happened all back in, well, my second felony arrest happened back in 2018. My daughter and I, this is when I first discovered my water. So I was traveling the world, baby, and I was really going to Arizona a lot because I knew that Arizona possessed the same climate and they got the same challenges. Right? So my daughter and I, there was a hair show cracking. And back then in 2018, I was not as organized nor wise or hydrated as I am now. Actually, I was still smoking blunts back then. We decide to take a road trip because we had to get to Arizona and I was not managing my money properly back then. So I didn't really have the money to pay for her and I to catch a flight. So I decided to go get a rental, which was cheaper and drive. Okay, so she was always down to go with me. So, because she was like my little assistant, you know what I'm saying, at the hair shows. So we go. Long story short, we're coming back from the hair show, and it's on a Monday, Veterans Day at that, November 11th, 2018. And because it was a holiday that day, GPS took us a different route. And I'm grateful to God now that all of this happened. Um, so GPS took us through this mountain route because there was a parade. There was a Veterans Day parade happening in the city that had the roads all closed. And so how we came into Phoenix was not was in the path of this event. So GPS took us through the mountains. All right. Now I'll tell you what I was doing wrong because I'm not afraid to admit my wrongdoings. I was driving back. I had already made that decision because I'm stressing because we didn't make no money. Because back when I thought vending was everything, I used to spend so much money to go be a vendor, and you don't even make $50. So I'm tripping because we ain't made really no money. Spent all this money on the rental. We had to get the hotel room, got to get gas going back, got to eat going back. So I'm like, dang, this is an expensive trip. So I decide I'm gonna drive because we're leaving early because we need to get back because I'm trying to do hair, right? So I wake Deja up, tell her get up because we need to get back home. We're about to get on the road. And I didn't expect that we were going to check out. We were going to stay. So this was back when we both smoked a lot of weed. And I did not smoke because I'm driving. I didn't drink either. This is back when I used to smoke and drink. So, but because she wasn't driving and I had woke her up, she wanted to smoke. I mean, anybody out there smoke weed, you know how you get down. You got to smoke to see, you got to smoke to pee, you got to smoke to eat, you got to smoke to go to sleep, you got to smoke to do everything, right? So I'm telling her, like, because I'm trying to get on the road, you can smoke in the car. Bad decision because we had a rental. On top of that, you ain't supposed to be smoking in a rental. Okay. All right. So I let her smoke. And she has some dank with her because it really stunk up the car really well. So long story short, Eric, we're driving through these mountains and I like to speed. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie. I'm actually behind another vehicle. We punching, doing like 84. Okay, and it's a 75-mile-an-hour speed limit. And we up there at like 84. And I mean, we getting it because I love to drive. You know what I'm saying? I'm a rider. I'm a driver. So what I did notice is while we're in these mountain towns, every time we came up on a city, the speed limit would drop considerably low, like from 75 all the way down to 35. Okay, because a couple times, mind you, I'm following somebody. A couple times I'm like, whoa, what is he slowing down for, right? It was the speed limit had dropped. Well, we get ready to get to this town called Shiloh, Arizona. And we're both punching. And all of a sudden, brake lights, right? This person in front of me, all of a sudden hitting their brakes. I'm like, what's wrong? Made me look in the rear view. And it's like, oh, we got the red and blue lights behind us. So it's like, ooh, uh-oh, we done got caught speeding. Okay. Deja asleep. Mind you, she done smoked. She done passed out, right? Not knowing my vehicle is still reeking of cannabis. Not knowing this. So in my head, I'm tripping off the speeding ticket because he comes to my window and he advises me that I was clocked doing felony speeding. So I was like, whoa, I ain't never heard that before. What does felony speeding mean? And he was like, you just got clocked doing 82 in a 35. I was like, damn, that's over 40 over the speed limit. And he was like, yeah, so I'll be right back. Little did I know, he got a little whiff of the weed in our car at that point. And I'm not knowing this. So, mind you, I'm still behind the other car. And I watch at one point the other car pull off. So I'm like, yeah, I bet. I'm next. He about to give me my ticket because I'm thinking that's my only problem at this time is this felony ticket speeding. I'm like, damn, I'm probably gonna have to come back, or it's gonna be really expensive, or I'm gonna have to come all the way back to Arizona because I'm thinking 40 over. I probably ain't gonna have no pay schedule attached to it, so I'm probably gonna have to come back and go to court, right? So I'm thinking these are the least of my worries. Cop comes back, mind you, and he goes to Deja's side. He don't come to the driver's side. Key point. So I watched the old man, he's an older sergeant at that, had bumped us. He's on his knees and he goes, ladies, I hate to advise you of this. He said, but we got a problem. He said, I smell marijuana coming from this car. Ooh. And at that point, my heart dropped because it's like, oh, snap, we're in trouble because of her smoking, right? I don't know about you all. Some of you all don't have children, but I got 3, and Deja's my oldest. She's been with me the longest. To this day, I would not change what I did. I'd do it again. I lied. And told the cop, I spoke right up before she even could speak. When he said I smell marijuana, I said, oh, that probably was me. I said I smoked before we took off this morning. I said, so it's probably still lingering on me. Well, what did I say that for? I wasn't thinking, because I'm lying, and when you lying, you ain't never thinking straight. So I just committed, or I just stated that I'm committing a DUI. Like, we're in Arizona. That's a Republican state, mind you. And we're in Shiloh at that. Ain't no black people in Shiloh. You know what I'm saying? No brown skinned people. What did I say that for? He looks at me like, oh, okay, pimping. He said, well, then you can step out the car. I'm cool with it at this point because I'm like, okay, because I'm not drunk. I'm not high. I'm sober as a whip. So I'm cool with getting out the car. Like, what? What do you need? He's like, we're going to have to come over here and do some sobriety. Okay. Okay, so he has me, I'm doing all the stupid stuff, standing on one foot and all this crap. So I'm thinking he about to say, okay, because I'm not intoxicated at all, right? But instead, this man advises me to put my hands behind my back. So I'm like, mind you, Deja's still in the car. We ain't even talked because, again, I don't think I had a problem. I'm from the hood. So I got mad street smarts. You don't let no cop walk up to the car after you done been bumped and you've been smoking. We carry sprays for that purpose, right? So I'm not knowing the car is still reeking with weed. I would have never let that cop approach my vehicle if I knew the car was still reeking. So when he puts the cuffs on me, I'm like, whoa. And I tell him, hold up, why are you arresting me? And he was like, and then they don't really explain nothing because they're in the heat of the moment at that point because he's thinking that he got me on the DUI. Because of course, he thinks I'm lying when I tell him I ain't smoked nothing. You know what I'm saying? So it went real quick. He put me in cuffs, went and walked me to the back of his cruiser, and then went back to the car. Now I'm in the back, I'm handcuffed in the back of his cruiser, watching him go get Deja. And I'm like, oh, fuck. Because mind you, I've already told him it was me smoking. We done had a whole conversation while I'm doing the stupid stuff, right? So I see him get her out. I can't hear nothing. And I see her head shake like this. I raised my children, y'all, to never lie. I ain't never taught my kids to lie. So she told the cop the truth and told the cop that it was her weed, that she was the one smoking. But mind you, I'm hemmed up in the back of the car because I lied. I told him it was me. So now you think he got 2. Okay? Man, I'm going to cut through this story because it was like a whole 7-hour ordeal. The rent-a-car got towed. I remember seeing the tow truck pull up and it was just like, why is the car getting towed? And he was like, you're going to jail. That's why. And I was like, whoa. Like, then reality started sitting in. So long story short, my daughter and I had to go to jail that night. We're in Arizona. They put us in the same cell. I've never been so embarrassed in my life. And mind you, at this point, this is my 5th arrest in my life. I'm not really shook up. I'm more embarrassed than anything because I'm at a time in my life where I was trying to get myself together. And I think I was more embarrassed because I cannot believe that I'm in jail with my daughter. The whole purpose of me lying and saying that I had smoked the weed was I was trying to prevent my daughter. My daughter ain't never been to jail. She ain't no G. She ain't no gangster. She ain't like me. You know what I'm saying? She a good girl. So I couldn't believe that we're both in here. You know what I'm saying? So I had to call my dad. I don't know if any of y'all can feel me, but my dad had been warning us because he knew we smoked weed. And he was just like, Tanya, don't be letting Deja take no weed on the planes because normally we fly. And I always was telling Dad, Dad, we'll be fine. Dad, we're going to be okay. Dad, ain't nothing ever going to happen. Dad, we're okay. Dad, we're going to be fine. I had to call my father. And you know what type of call that is. You have a collect call from an inmate at the Shiloh County facility. So I'm sure my dad was like, what? Talk about pure embarrassment. Like, Dad, it didn't happen. Like, and then I didn't have time to explain the story to him. Now it's all about, I need you to get to Arizona because we're both in here under 3 felonies. And I know we ain't getting that. Like, I don't even know what the bond is going to be, Dad, but I need you to hurry up and get to Arizona because I believe we're going to court in the morning. Um, and I need you. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm crying my eyes out at this point. I'm not normal. It was a very challenging night. I didn't get no sleep. A lot of crying because me and my daughter were trying to figure out our lives. Like, we're not getting out, Deja. You know, I'm trying to warn her of the forecast on what's to come. Like, we're just in the first jail, you know, because my daughter ain't never been in jail. So I'm like, once we leave here, Deja, we're about to get separated. We're not going to be in the same pod. We may not even be in the same building. I told her, I said, you're in your 20s, I'm in my 40s, so we probably going to get separated. So it was a very difficult night. Um, Cut to the chase, we go see the judge the next morning. I swear God came into that courtroom because we go see a magistrate that was not the normal judge that morning. And I'm leaving so much out of the story because it was such a long story, but me and my daughter got let out on our own recognizance. Now, I don't know if you know what that means, but that means I didn't have to put up no money. Nobody had to come bail me out to get out of jail. We done been arrested for felony drug possession, felony, it was drug felon, it was possession, what did they call it? Whatever it is when you have a bunch of stuff. Because Deja had her box, she had her papers, she had her grinder, all type of paraphernalia, felony paraphernalia. And then I got hit with felony speeding. Okay. And I'm leaving out a whole bunch that matters at this point. But the judge tells me because the cop didn't turn the report in. And I think it's because he realized later on, I flipped my wig when we got to the trailers. I'm not stupid. So I asked for a blood test because I knew that I'm not suffering this felony or this felony DUI. Because that'll kill you more than anything with your driving record, right? So I fought it and I was being very verbal about the fact that I'm fighting this. Like, I'm not stupid. I'm not sober. So even the cop at one point was like, Tanya, why did you lie? Why did you tell me? Because I think he was frustrated with me. Like, why'd you put me through all this if you know you wasn't under the influence? And I went off on him. I told him that is my daughter. And I told him, I don't know if you got any kids, but I was trying to keep my daughter out of jail. I'd go to jail for my kids any day. I'd do it again. So I think it got to him and it touched his heart, y'all, because he did not turn the fucking report in. So as I remember, the magistrate, she's shuffling papers because she knows she's on, it's recording, and she's like, I don't seem to have the report in front of me right now. And she even said too, she said, that doesn't mean that the charges aren't going to stick. She said, because that could mean that the city attorney is picking this case up. If I'm in the court, like, oh my God, like if the city attorney picks this up, we really ain't never getting, you know what I'm saying, out of here. She says, so, because she's asking, so you're a business owner? And she was like, and Deja's your daughter? I'm like, I'm crying my eyes out. Mind y'all, this is not fun for me. I'm just telling the story in this spirit now, but I'm crying my eyes out, snotting and sniffling just like a little kid. And I think I touched her heart because I think she sensed that I'm not a bad person. You know what I'm saying? And she's looking at my credentials. She's like, damn, you're a business owner? And she was like, what were you guys doing here in Arizona? I was like, I was here for a hair show. And she's like, and that's your daughter? Like, yes, she's my assistant. So she's knowing about the weed and all this stuff because my drug test had already come back. So she's like, I'm dropping the drug charge. She was like, the DUI, because she was like, your test came back and it was negative. She said, so I'm gonna drop that. She was like, I'm throwing out because the report is not here. I'm throwing out the DUI. The felony possession, and I'm gonna let you out on your own recognizance. I was so confused, but that's God. One of the many times in my life, God showed me and gave me the revelation that I'm anointed, right? So I go back in the cell. I'm trying to dry up, trying to get my stuff together. You be blinking. And I'm like, Deja, we're getting out. Because I had all night telling her how messed up jail is. I'm telling her don't talk to nobody, don't eat nothing. You know what I'm saying? Just giving her all the rules on what you do when you get into your pod once we get transferred. But now I'm coming back into the cell the next morning and I'm advising my daughter, we're about to get released. And we did. That woman let us out on our own recognizance. So long story short, to answer your question, Eric, there was a court date that was set that I thought I was going to have to come back to Arizona for, but God again allowed us to do what's called a video conferencing with the judge. So I didn't have to fly back to Arizona. And a month later, because you don't go see the judge right away. So a whole month later, the judge was even upset. I won't say he was upset. He was frustrated and confused. The cops still hadn't turned in the report. And they didn't like that. They didn't like that at all. He probably got reprimanded for not turning in the report from our arrest. And I could have got broke off, y'all. If I would have really been thinking and had the knowledge that I have now, I could have filed a big lawsuit against the city of Shiloh for falsely incarcerating us and falsely arresting us. Because your stupid DUI test was faulty. I was not under the influence. But yet you still took me to jail and charged me with a DUI. So this is proof, y'all, that cops just use that as justification. You could be star-studded sober, but if you go underneath that test, you going anyway. So I would tell y'all, if you know you sober, ask for a blood test. As soon as you get a blow, you ask for a blood test if you know you are sober, because that's what's going to drop them charges. I promise you, and make that cop and that stupid test look dumb. So the judge was not happy at the fact that he still didn't have no report on the case, on the arrest that day. So because of which, that's why he gave us 7 years, y'all. So he said, I'm going to dismiss the charges, he said, on, what did he call it? Without prejudice is what it's called, which means he told me, as soon as the city took us, he just knew that they was going to turn the report in. And I thought it was going to get turned in too, because I know I've been arrested by the feds. When I got arrested in 95, the feds came to get me, and they're so sneaky, they'll watch you for 2 years doing wrong and won't do nothing. And they'll just let it collect and then bam, dump all of it on your head. And that's why I ended up looking at 10 years to life just for selling some dope. Like, dang, they gave me a guideline like I had killed somebody. So that's why we got 7 years. He gave us 7 years probation. Man, for some stuff that we really didn't even do. You know what I'm saying? Or that I didn't do. So even my daughter, he didn't turn in the report on her too. And she admitted that it was her weed. She even had the contraband. And to this day, we didn't, you know what I'm saying? So that was 2018, November. So we finally get off paper. In November of this year, because this will be our 7th year. And I'll finally be a free woman. No more ward of the court. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure a lot of you are tripping right now because you tend to look at my image and you have no idea what I've been through to get me to the level that I'm on now. You have no idea how many times I've been in a clink, how many times I've been in front of a judge, how many times I've been in trouble, and how many times God was with me and pulled me out of all of them. Thanks for the love, y'all. I see them hearts flowing, but that's my story. And thanks for asking. But I've been through a lot, y'all. That's why I'm the best mentor to have. Because I can help y'all get housing. I can help y'all get food stamps. I can help you get out of trouble. I can help you get better hair. I can help you have better skin. I can help you avoid going to the doctor ever. You know what I'm saying? I got so much that God has instilled that He knows I'm going to pour into others. Ugh. So that's what inspired me to launch my mentorship packages that are found in the link. If you doubt it, I'm trying to save my money for a vacation just to come see you. King, let me help you. No, I can't. I'm struggling. But I'm definitely going to pick you up from the airport. So whenever you get your tickets, you need to let me, you have my number, Vaughn. So make sure you text me and let me know when you be here. And I'm scooping you in the Tahoe. You going to ride nice. I ain't picking you up in no bucket. You getting picked up in a Tahoe, baby, and a nice one at that, because I don't drive nothing raggedy. Then I'm going to take you up to the casino. I'm probably going to give you like $100 yourself. See if you can't hit. We're gonna have fun. I'm gonna take you, show you where I get the water from, the drinking water, and I'm gonna let you get, I'm gonna send you home with some good drinking water. You know what I'm saying? Even if we have to ship it, if you don't check a bag, or I don't know how you come in, you might drive or something, but anyway, we going to see where I get that good water from. Then I'm gonna take you to my shop. You definitely gonna watch me do hair because people think, I don't know what people think until they watch me do hair, and then you really should. You really should. Once you watch how fast I do things and how good I do things, boy, Vaughn, you're really going to be wanting to give the My Water experience and adding it to your menu. All right, let me move on because I got to get off of here. I got a meeting this morning. Oh, what's up, Time? Time says stay consistent and healthy. And always remember, the only person who told the truth was Big Mama, and we don't have those anymore. Big Mama wasn't a part of the Sisterhood Sisters. She was a part of God. Ooh, Time. Time, let me see what you're doing. Oh, Time, you got 116 subscribers. I'm going to join your channel. Oh, yeah, I stopped smoking blunts years ago. That's so unattractive for women to be sucking on a blunt. That's what's up, Durham. All right, Arizona. Welcome, Rita. Thank you for subscribing. That's what's up. Bellevue, Illinois. That's what's up, Scam. You're an incredible human being. Well, thank you, GIK. Jeez. Oh, Georgia! Just left Georgia. What's up, bird watcher? I like to watch. I talk to birds. I be. I make birds come. Look, I call birds. People don't understand that I got a lot of what's called gifts. I can call birds. I might go outside and do it. And when they come too, they be hearing me, and the birds, they necks be doing like this. Like, is that a human talking like us? What's up, Georgia? I'm so proud of you. Well, thank you. You ain't ready, part two. What type of name is that? You ain't ready, part two. What was part one? Shoot. Memphis. That's what's up, B, right? Scam hair flows. Thank you. It do though. You have white girl hair. That's the assignment. I don't know if y'all know, but my mom, my father's mother, my grandmama, she was a white girl. I was raised real differently. I'm highly interracially mixed. I got more white girl in me than I got African American, and that's just facts. That's my truth. But my dad's mama, she was a straight up blue-eyed white girl. Shoot, grandma was dope. That was my favorite grandmother too. So I idolized a white woman, and I'm brown skinned. I told you I'm different. I never wanted to be like a black woman. Like my grandmother, my Indian grandmother, she a trip. I ain't never wanted to be like her. Maybe with her money. My brown skinned grandmother, she did do well with money in her life. I did take after that with her. But all of the ways she thinks, like my brown skinned grandmother, she used to make us ask to get food out the refrigerator. My white grandmother, she fed the whole neighborhood. She would feed me, my friends, the birds, the squirrels. She fed everybody. But my brown skinned grandmother, she was tight and stingy and didn't want to share nothing with us. You know what I'm saying? So Thank you for saying I have white girl hair because I love it. My hair is like this too. That's what's up, Kay. Sweet. Yes, it grows back fuller and the health is always there. That's right. That looks like a Star Trek Next Generation look. Y'all was talking about my style. Love it. Do your thing. Thank y'all. They said if you have dandruff, it's good. It's good? Y'all gotta stop listening to people and start coming to me. Just start asking me because I'm about to see if that comb is dirty. Y'all see all that in that comb? Nasty? Like, what is that even doing in my possession? Gotta check the comb to make sure. Oh yeah, it's sharp enough. Let me see if I got any dandruff, because you're supposed to get the dandruff off, y'all. You're not supposed to save it and keep it. Let's see. This is how I do it. You gotta rest your hands on your head. No, I ain't got no dandruff today. Cause I ain't got no dandruff. Shoot, I'm so proud that I now have learned how to manage my dandruff because I used to have a whole Denver snowstorm coming out my scalp. I just did a live the other day when I was in Georgia, and I mean, it was popping. But as y'all see, I ain't got none today. That's a healthy scalp, is when it's clean like that. But dandruff is not good. That's head musk. That's your sweat, and you got to get that off. So that's not good. No blunts. What happened to easy wires and pink champagne for the ladies? No, they don't. All right, I'm about to get through these. Good morning, Jimmy. Hi, Jimmy. Do you still smoke now? Yep, every day. Fine. That's all I do. I've learned to embrace my choices. And I don't care what anybody else thinks because I don't drink alcohol. All y'all drinking that poison. I would never put that liquid in my body again. I'm never going to take pills because I used to get high off pills. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't nothing for me to go get me an oxy, you know what I'm saying, or a hydri. I call them hydries, you know what I'm saying, a hydro or a oxy. You know what I'm saying? I used to be addicted to volume threes. I think that's what they was called, volume, something like that. I loved pills. So now that I've transitioned my lifestyle, I had to really be honest with myself. I do a lot. I run two businesses. I service over 20 something clients a week. That's mental. You know what I'm saying? So I need something to relax me. So I've learned that cannabis is my choice of cycle altering. Why? Because I never get sick, never throwing up off no cannabis. I'm never got a dizzy, you know what I'm saying? If anything, some cannabis is gonna make you sleepy. It might make you a little paranoid, but if anything, it's gonna end, you know what I'm saying? All you gotta do is go to sleep and it helps you to eat. It soothes my stomach aches. Cannabis has done a lot of good for me. Alcohol ain't never did nothing good for me. It makes you stink, number one. Number two, you look funny. Alcohol makes your face and your lips do shit that you ain't aware of. So people that get drunk don't realize you look crazy, especially being a woman. A man looks better being drunk, but if you a woman, you look crazy, stumbling and slurring and you can't see. That is so unattractive. It's ridiculous. So yes, Vaughn, you gonna smoke too. We going to the dispensaries. I'm gonna make sure you go home with a lot of holistic alternative solutions. So the cannabis is my alternative solution to alcohol because I used to be an alcoholic. I mean, killing Patron like it was water. And I didn't see nothing wrong with it. And I would have never called myself an alcoholic, but you're an alcoholic if you feel you need to drink to function. You're an alcoholic. You know what I'm saying? So I'm proud of everything I do because I do everything with class. I'm super sophisticated. You know what I'm saying? And I do all things strategically and with purpose. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't smoke blunts. I'm never buying no dispensary weed. I buy from growers that are here. I ain't doing no edible. Edibles are extremely unhealthy for you. I'm not doing no powder. Powder is like crack. You dumping crack, I'm sorry, cocaine into your, you know what I'm saying, into your water. So I'm so different with how I think and how I protect my body. which is why I'm who I am and I'm on the level I'm on. You know what I'm saying? I know so many unhealthy women around me, it's ridiculous. And they refuse to change. So I'm proud of any woman out there. Victoria, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of any woman that loves herself enough to care for herself and not worry about what other people think. You ain't worrying about what other people doing, right? You doing what's making you happy. And I wish more people of color would learn to do this. It's not hard to change. Like I was just talking to somebody the other day about being gay. Just because you started out your life being gay, just because you thought you wanted to be gay, does not mean you got to stay gay. Hell, thought I wanted to be a gang member. There's some people still in the gang because you got a closed mindset to think that just because you started doing something, you got to keep doing it. You can change. You can change. Just like me being an alcoholic. I didn't like it, so I changed. Now I'm a weed head. You can change anything in your life that you don't like. You just because you're gay now don't mean you got to stay gay, especially if it ain't working out for you. If that relationships is causing you agony and you constantly fighting and you constantly getting threatened and you ain't happy and you agonized and people using you and abusing you, it clearly ain't for you and you can change. I thought I was gay in the beginning of my life. I wanted to be with females. Been there, done that. But I didn't like it. There's a few things I didn't like being with the same woman. I could break it down. So I was like, let me go try to be with a man. Shit. I like the shaboing boing way better than just some tongue action down there all the time or humping me with a fake shaboing boing. Some of that stuff bothered me. You can change and adjust your life to your liking to make you happy. We're not supposed to be out here trying to make other people happy, right? Right. 1966 here, braids are not limited to children. That's who they were created for. No, they're not limited to children. Just like squigglies on the forehead are not limited to children, but that's who they were designed for. Babe, that squiggly, that's what babies, that's what we did to our kids. And back in the 80s here in Denver, 70 and 80s, there was not one grown woman walking around with braids in her hair. Not here in Denver, maybe in another market. The only individuals that was wearing braids back in the 70s and 80s here in Denver were kids. Those were the only individuals that was excused from not combing their hair every day. A grown-ass woman not combing your hair and you wearing the same hairstyle you had in your head yesterday? Are you wearing the same panties? Did you not change your socks? Because it's a mindset. So just the facts, holla. I hope you subscribed because braids are too. There's certain things that things were designed for. Just like baking soda, Arm & Hammer baking soda, it's supposed to go in your refrigerator in the box. But certain people think it's a carpet deodorizer and they're going to sprinkle it. Some people think it's a toothpaste and they're going to use it to brush their teeth. So there's a lot of things in life that have been transitioned and changed to protect the innocent. You feel me? The inventions of Lieutenant Roastabotch. But we all have different opinions. If you're grown and if you like to do things that kids do, like there's women, grown women that think it's cute to wear high top boy tennis shoes. Hey, do whatever makes you happy. If you're happy being a grown woman walking around looking like a child in the head, and you got squigglies all on your hairline, long as it's making you happy, do that. And don't worry about what Miss Tanya's doing and what Miss Tanya's talking about. If Miss Tanya thinks braids is for kids, that's my opinion. Some of you got controlling mindsets and you don't understand that we're not all alike and that we all are individually sound and we all have our own opinions and our own views and our own admirations. Just because you want to run doesn't mean that I need to run. I might do better walking. Even though you may get there faster, I may get there better because you running, you're going to be falling and running out of breath. I ain't going to go through all that while I'm walking. So see, I've had to learn and do the holistics, learn the why, and make it make sense and make sure you're happy. Fuck yeah. I did that for my son and I don't get high at all. 4 years probation. Wow. Be right. I do want to talk to you now because we're like minded. Definitely. They gave me 7. That's crazy. What's up? You have a lot of wisdom. Thank you, Kay. I really do. And I'm not like most brown skinned women that have a lot of knowledge too. I'm willing to share it with anyone that's going to ask me or hire me as their mentor. My mother, sure, she ain't telling you nothing. She ain't sharing nothing with you. My mother raised me to not share nothing. I'm an only child. I was never taught to share. I really didn't. So that's probably why I grew up wanting to share so much in my adult life because mom said, Tanya, if you share everything, you're never going to have nothing. And that's not true. I have so much because I share. I educate my clients. I educate y'all. You know what I'm saying? YouTube just sent me $119 to the bank account. Like, oh, snap. I am making money doing what I do. You know what I'm saying on YouTube? So thank you so much for that acknowledgement. The regular judge was still on vacation. Yes, and if I'd have had that regular judge, I don't think we'd have got out. That's why at the beginning of the story, I thanked God for all things. Everything. I thank God for that cop pulling us over because maybe the other cop would have turned in the report. You know what I'm saying? I thank God for that judge. I thank God for the correctional officer that was in the jail that night because he let me and my daughter sleep in the same cell together. Another CO might have separated us, right? But he let us go into the same cell because I think he was shocked that he was like, wait, that's your daughter? Like, yes, it was so embarrassing. So, right on, be right. That was God, Victoria. Amen. Did you hear a Xmas gift? Did you send her a Christmas gift? No, Jeff. I did try to call her, but I couldn't find her because she was sitting in for the real judge. And the real judge, I didn't want to talk to him. He was a mean old, you could tell he was a white dude. And he was mad. He was mean. He was not happy when we did that court thing. I was like, dang. And I was glad I wasn't in person either. Um, so he sentenced us anyway. He did what he could do because he was like, nah, these 2 girls ain't getting away. Nah. They were smoking weed in my city too. Nah. But God said no, not because Deja doesn't understand. She got out that trouble because she was with me. I've always been anointed, and that's why she got out of that trouble. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't. Did you get locked up with Timbo in 95? No, not Timbo. 95. Who is Timbo? Tim. Did you get locked up? I did get locked up in 95. That's when I went to the feds and I was under investigation. I didn't have no bond. They told me you can't get, you can't even go see a judge. I was like, wait, the feds are different. I was in a cell by myself. I was secluded from everybody. Probably because I was pregnant. I did go to jail pregnant. That was crazy. That was crazy. 7 years probation. I would have rather did 2 to 3 years. Not me. Not me. I've been out here making money, you know what I'm saying, and kicking it and traveling. You can't do all that in jail. You would have did the time versus probation? You tripping. Oh, we definitely ain't alike, be right. Forget that. I'll take the probation any day. Any day. Any day. Uh-oh, I gotta go because everyone's waking up. I've missed a phone. Hey, what's up, Florida? I've missed a couple phone calls. I guess it's time for me to stop smoking. Seems like a waste of money and time. That's up to you. I mean, you do what you got. You gotta do what you do, Vaughn, because it's making you happy. If you know that that's gonna make you happy, try it and stick to it and stay loyal and consistent. Thank you, Robert. Lice? No, don't nobody got lice. You know what I'm saying? I have a lot. Will you be coming back to Georgia in the near future? Yes, Birdwatcher. I'm in Georgia every 4 weeks. I just left. So I'll be back on the 16th, 17th of June, somewhere in there. But yes, I stay in Buckhead, just so you know. I'm super bougie, super bougie. I have so many people that try to move to Georgia with me, and when they find out where I live, they be like, I can't afford that. Like, you better get your money up. Start offering hair and scalp restoration like I do, so you can make 10,000 a month too, so you can afford to live in Buckhead, because it's nice. I live right across the street from the Lenox Square Mall. So I will be back. Yes, Lord. It makes me paranoid. It's okay. We got a lot incoming on the serious note. That's what's up. I haven't had a drink in almost 2 weeks. Good job, Vaughn. Keep going. That's hard when you a people pleaser just to keep the peace. That is true. Uh-oh, that's Spanish. I can't read that. Be right back. Okay, Vaughn. Other ladies with the baby hairs is cold. I love you. I love you too. Oh, I made it to the bottom. Look like an Ethiopian. A lot of people have said that about me. We have a lot of Ethiopians here in Denver, and that is true. That is so true. I get mistaken as an Ethiopian all the time. They approach me all the time. And then you got to, I be, no, I'm not that. I don't understand what you're saying. I just look like y'all, but I ain't y'all. I love y'all. Thank you. Hope you have a happy Sunday. I thank you all for getting on here. I'm not really doing nothing. I just like to talk, drop some gems, share stories, and I hope to inspire. So I'm going to close now again. I am Miss Tanya Mason, your holistic hair and scalp restoration practitioner in Denver, Colorado, and beyond, here on this channel to expose you all to the holistic approaches that I have. And it just doesn't cater to hair. I have holistic approaches for our wellness, holistic approach, which is hydration. I have a holistic approach to our hair, for our skin, our nails, as well as our lifestyle. So if you're struggling, if your mother and your family, your sisters and brothers and cousins or your friends are not helping you the way you need help, they're not answering your questions, and you feel that you don't have nobody in your community to go to, that's what you need a mentor for. I have the cheapest packages around. Ain't nobody only charging $100 a month to talk to you and help you in your life but me. I also have payment arrangements where you only have to pay $25 a week. Listen, you spend more than that on stupid Starbucks every week. So it definitely is going to be productive to hire me and have me in your life, because once you hire me, I check on you, I send you gems. I'm going to educate you and elevate you and help clear the confusion to get you to your next level, okay? If you need help with your business, I got you. I've been running business for 15 years, so I must know something. I run both a service business. I also run a retail business. So if you need help with anything in your life, holla, dollar, and I'll see y'all in the next live. And just so y'all know, make sure you like and subscribe. Share the video with somebody else that you know that may benefit from listening to me. Share it with them. Be a goddess, be a leader, be a real resource to your people. You feel me? And no, I'll be right back here next Sunday and every Sunday, live around 6 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. Alrighty. Love y'all. Have a great Sunday. And I'll see y'all back here in the next live.